I love that song now, you know?
I'm starting. Hey, good evening to all you fucking freaks out there. And welcome to Monetize This, episode 3, where we just, we get crazy. And,
I talk.
Yeah, we talk about things. There's a lot of stuff to be talking about today.
Guy stuff.
A lot of guy stuff, NHL, NBA playoffs. Speaking of NBA, we got the so-called racist, I guess. I don't know. He was dating a half-black woman, but he's a racist. I see. I've noticed something about this, and let's start this right off. Let's get right into this. We're going to talk about.
I knew we were going to talk about this. We have
stupid
to.
shit.
I love that song.
Okay, what am I getting? A feedback from the?
Get a little backlight.
I got wicked feedback. Okay, there we go.
There we go.
So here's the deal. The funny thing is that I noticed when Kevin Garnett was actually speaking about this guy, about Sterling.
Yeah.
The funniest thing was Kevin Garnett was like, he's like, hopefully we got rid of the ignorance and stuff. And I think I heard someone else mention that he was ignorant. Nobody's actually throwing, like, well, not nobody. Snoop Dogg's throwing, you racist bitch, basically, I'll kill you. But some of the NBA players are actually not throwing out the racist card. They're actually using the word ignorant. Because I think some of them may have picked up on the fact that, I don't know, I just feel like a guy who's actually racist couldn't date a half-black girl. I mean, right? I mean, you'd be like, go make me food. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. Like, you wouldn't actually.
I suppose. I mean, it depends on how. And I'm not going to try to get in this kook's head. Yeah, I guess it would depend on how he looks at the girl. If he sees her as being submissive or beneath her, then he may be able to stick his dick in her.
You think he thinks that he owns all those black people? You think that's like a thing?
I wouldn't have bought that, but after hearing that tape, he might not think he owns them, but it might be like the next closest thing.
That's,
you know what I mean?
Yeah, maybe that's part. And then the thing with her, I don't think it has. I mean, this may just be me, but I mean, first of all, he had to go. You got to get out of here.
Yeah.
When 98% or whatever of the league is black. Yeah, and this guy's dropping shit about black people. I mean, it's time to get out of here.
Like, he doesn't want him around.
Yeah. No, you know what it is? It's dick fear. He is actually worried.
That's what it is.
That it's all about, he's worried some big black dick is going to go in his girlfriend.
Yeah.
And she's going to bring these black guys, and they're way more hip than him. And he's all fucking paranoid and stuff about it.
Well, they are more hip than him. They're tremendous athletes and in great shape, and he's a wrinkly old man.
But that's exactly it. It's hilarious. That's all it is it's like when the girl comes home and is like, I might be going to book club. And so me and Jason were talking about this. Wait a minute, who's Jason? You're not going to fucking book club. Who is this guy? You know what I mean? And she's cheating on you.
Yeah.
So
well, if Andy woke me up, I'm going to book club. Well, actually, because she reads like 20 books a week. Here, if she's just, I'm going out to read. Yeah, I think something's up.
Yeah. If Leah was like, I'm going to book club, I'd be like, well, I'm going to a hooker. Because it's the same
back
thing.
To what you're saying before about because I thought about this. Like, they're calling me ignorant. Like, ignorant means you don't know something. It's almost like you're innocent. I think I would put ignorant in that guy Bundy, like what he said about slavery. I don't know if he's a racist so much as he said something really stupid, ignorant. You know what I mean? The stuff that's on this tape, which, by the way, was recorded in his own house. Why? And it might fall under illegal wiretapping laws.
No, because she told him she was recording him.
She did?
So the fact that on the recording she says, I'm recording you right now,
Depends on the laws in the states, but God, that sounds like illegal wiretapping to me. I mean, I'm not a lawyer.
Well,
Tazovich. That's why we need Tazovich here.
The guy hasn't said a goddamn word, so how do we know anything? The first thing, if somebody told me, if all this racist stuff was going on about me, I would be the first. I would be all over the place. I'd be on the news. I'd be flipping out everywhere. Don't you dare fucking call me a fucking racist. You think I'm a racist? I'll fucking kill you. I'll turn into a murderer before I become a racist, and you might be the first one I kill.
Yeah, or you could go kiss Al Sharpton's ass or Jesse Jackson.
I would bring them all into a room, and I would take over the room.
Yeah.
I'd bring fucking Tupac. No, I bring yeah, if I brought him back, everyone would forgive me. No, no, I'd bring.
But go on, sir.
I'd bring fucking Snoop Dogg in. The first one I'd bring in Snoop Dogg because he was the first dude like to make a video and be like, "Fuck you, you racist asshole." Yeah. I'd bring Snoop Dogg and I'd be like, "Snoop, listen, dude, I said some fucked up shit. I said some crazy shit, and it wasn't really directed towards, you know what I mean, the black race, even though that's how it comes off and that's what I said. It was actually my paranoia for my girlfriend. I've always had a paranoia, you know what I mean, that I'm not as good as black people. You know what I mean, that I'm not as good, and this girl was bringing these good-looking black guys around, and that's just what I went into. You know what I mean? If there were a bunch of, you know, any other type of group, I would have said the same thing.
You're trying to connect with Snoop on kind of a man level. Hey, look, I'm insecure, man. This had nothing to do with race.
You know, I mean, Snoop, think about this. What if, like, you know what I mean, some white guys, you know, all of a sudden showed up, you know what I mean, around your girl and shit. You know, you would say some fucked up shit like, hey, get these white motherfuckers out of here, or get these fucking white, where these fucking crackers coming from, or where these motherfuckers coming from. You know, you
ain't fucking Brad Pitt.
You say the same shit, you know what I mean? But you know what I mean? So, you know, dude, I own an NBA team. Listen, sir, I own an NBA team. There's no way I'm racist. I mean, it has nothing to do with that, but let me tell you, but I'm going to sell the team because I understand I just can't be here. I got to go, but I don't want everyone to think that I actually am racist. This is not true. I said some things.
I don't think that's such a bad plan. Because you might be able to salvage some dignity. If he went on a press conference, you know, I didn't think this is completely original.
Right.
If he did a press conference tomorrow and said, I'm 80 years old, I'm insecure about my sexuality, not my sexuality, but my girlfriend. My girlfriend's a lot younger than me, and I love her a whole bunch. And it had nothing to do with race. It had everything to do with these younger, better-looking, stronger men than me. And I felt insecure. So I said these things right now. I said these things in the privacy of my own home where I was illegally wiretapped. And I'm getting out of I'm selling the team. But I just don't want people to think I'm a racist.
I would also say
there is very few black men on earth that get paid as well as the black men in my organization. And then he could always say that he was about to get an award from the NAACP next week.
Yeah, I would definitely bring that up. I would totally.
Hey, the NAACP. If he said that,
yep.
He's not going to keep the team.
Saying nothing.
He's already banned.
Saying nothing is the worst thing he could have done.
Here's another thing too. Like the NBA, like, you know, they jumped and they decided to up and ban him. He can tie them up for court for years.
Oh yeah.
You know, that's another thing. But yeah, I mean, they don't have much of a choice. It's like you said, like. How do you do this? No. How do you go on and you say, like, you don't want to be around black people and it's like Charles Barkley. It's a black league. At the end of the day, it's a black league.
Yeah,
you know? I mean, and you could make the case that hockey's a white league. You know what the other thing that gets me is I don't have a problem with them getting rid of him, but wouldn't it be great if they treated cheating, like doping and stuff like that, the same way?
Yeah, I know, right? But it is kind of funny. Some guy says something in his own home who's taped, you know what I mean, privately.
His bitch-ass girlfriend who's probably going to dump soon because she probably got wind of it, if I had to guess. That's where this came from.
Oh, man. But we can't get rid of these people. But no. You're right. It is amazing, and it's funny, and the whole thing's been hilarious to me.
It really is funny.
I mean, I made that song the other day, last night, and I thought it was hilarious. Did you hear the song, by the way?
Yes, I did hear the song.
I don't think the song, it wasn't that great, but it was...
that was the weirdest thing you've ever done. I got to be honest. I was a little, not put off, but thrown off.
I think I did that to a lot. I think some people were like, yeah, and then some people were like, what the fuck is this?
That's what happened to me. It's exactly like, yeah, I can't wait for this. Where is this going?
But the part that I like about it, which cracked me up enough to make me put it up, was the end when I said something about Magic Johnson giving him AIDS.
Oh, God.
And I just lost my mind and thought it was hysterical because Magic Johnson was the one that she was all freaked out about, right? Or whatever. She had some kind of...
That's what he's talking about. I mean, they had a business relationship.
Yeah.
Sterling and Johnson. And,
but he's
I don't want you to go fight Magic Johnson. I don't want to get the AIDS.
I don't know what he was saying. So like I went there with it.
It's just a bunch of penis envy. Not penis envy. That's not... He doesn't want a
it's
black
a
guy.
Bunch of dick
hey, look,
fear.
I don't want anybody fucking my girlfriend.
Yeah, but it was
unless I'm in the room masturbating.
But it seems like it's irrational. It seems like nothing had happened yet. He just went there. Like, because he's that freaked out. Like, he wouldn't say this in front of guys and other people, but he'd say it in front of the woman because he's freaked out and he's paranoid and he's got dick fear. But
I think we've all had that moment, especially when you're younger, a teenager. Like, you get another guy and you might get an inkling. You can't go out and accuse your girlfriend. You want to suck his cock, don't you?
Yeah, you can't really say that. Yeah, you're tipping around the thing. So his tipping around the thing wasn't, you can't suck a black man's dick. His thing was, don't bring those black guys around here. And he gets angry about it because he starts thinking about her with the black guys.
Yeah, sure.
So that's what he went to. So that's why I see it as, I don't know about race. It's kind of like when someone's insane versus like they're really a murderer.
You know, the thing is, too, like, if I was his age, and I always get asked that part, right?
But now
I wouldn't even care if she cheated on me because I knew I couldn't. I mean, what happens is these guys start to believe, like, this chick really digs me.
Yeah.
If he didn't, he wouldn't care, and then he should have just dropped her ass, and then she wouldn't have had an inkling to fucking tape him. Well, we don't know for a fact she taped him, but it's a pretty good chance. You know,
I think so. Here's the clip of the song that I like. This part. Really need to sell the team before Magic Johnson gives you.
You're sick.
I had to bleep that. I listened to that a few times and I was like, you know what? I gotta bleep that, and it's funnier with the bleep, to be honest. Gives you. Bet you wish they were slaves.
Kings just took a 5-1 lead with 47 seconds to go.
Oh my God!
It says complete, and San Jose becomes the Buffalo Bills of the National Hockey League after a fantastic season.
The Leaning Tower of Pisa has exploded.
Oh, Jesus. Did you see that clip that I did from Shot from the Point? I took a little clip of it. Now it's like the trailer on the website.
No.
They interviewed, this reporter interviewed Dan Boyle, and I absolutely love the clip. And he asked him, like, they were like going, because they lost game 5. And they were like, the reporter asked him, was like, so are you guys looking at this like maybe like relaxing, maybe have like, we get 3 cracks at this? And Dan Boyle has a fucking heart attack. I mean,
you know what? I didn't hear it from you, but I heard it. Oh, maybe I did. I did hear it from you.
Oh, you did hear it?
Yeah.
Well, it's hysterical and it's funny, but I started thinking, man, these guys get 1,000 stupid questions a day, and if that guy's gonna rattle you, there's something wrong in the locker room. They were rattled. They were really. It's mental. They're a good team. It's mental. I don't know. Yeah, man. They're in that like weird Boston Red Sox like pre 2004 area. Like they just can't win. They find a way to lose. And now it's like this puts the icing on the cake because it's for the rest of our lives. It's like, hey, remember back in 2014 when they came from fucking LA beat the 4 straight?
Oh my God.
It's official. It's in the books. I'm switching to the.
Can you pile up the last 10 years for the Sharks? I mean, it is a pillage and plunder and rapage.
It's funny.
It's getting there.
Oh, did the other game end?
I don't know.
Wait a minute, no.
I was so busy looking for that fucking Peter Rapid show.
Oh, I think somebody. I don't know who won the Colorado game. It was in overtime though. Must have been quick. I gotta go check that out right now.
All right, I'm interested.
To it.
Now I gotta watch Cyclops interact with a rabbit.
What do you mean?
That movie Hop.
Minnesota has defeated the Colorado Avalanche. They will move on to the second round after being down 2-0.
Wow.
Patrick Roy goes home.
Again.
Unbelievable.
That's funny.
Unbelievable. Yeah, boy, the way that kid Nathan McKinnon was playing over there. It's unbelievable.
You know something is both teams just had somebody whoever won that, at least somebody finally climbed out of the graveyard.
Jake picked every single game correctly.
Really?
Yeah. We in fact, you got to hear this. We said that San Jose would be a blowout for the Kings, and we'd probably looking at an overtime game with Minnesota. Minnesota's just slightly edging Colorado.
Right.
And the New York Rangers would probably hang on to like a 2-1 victory, which is that's exactly what Jake said. Like
that is wild.
Yeah.
Can he just pick some lottery numbers for me now?
Oh, he normally sucks at it. I beat him all in all the games. I want him.
Magic Johnson gives you.
Let's hear for. Have we got anybody listening?
That's the clip of the night. Right there. Yeah, we got a whole bunch of people. What's up, everybody? Welcome to Monetize. This episode number 3. We will be joined by our buddy, Chris Tosevich. Right now, it's me and Tommy C. from A Shot from the Point. And we're just goofing around, man. We're talking about Donald Sterling hating on the black people.
Doesn't like
and, you know, and I don't know. It's one of those things where I feel like we're getting. Somebody called the sports talk today and said something like, "I feel like we're getting," and this was a black guy who called, said we're getting into dangerous waters because soon, you know, rappers won't be able to say the N-word and we can't do all these things because people are freaking out. That and this guy was saying this guy's not really a racist.
Who is saying this?
This black guy. He was like, he's not really he's like, I don't think he's a racist. I think he just said some fucked up shit and some bitch taped it.
Oh God, I wish we had freaking audio of that.
I me too. He's like, it's like it's some slut tapes it and he's a racist. What the fuck is that?
I worked with this black guy just up until recently because now I'm currently unemployed. But we were talking about like when General, what's his name? Jesus Christ, and I met him in Iraq too. General Colonel Patton. He got caught messing around, and it all got dumped on in the media. And he says, like, if you really look throughout history, like every great man, you know, successful man falls by the desire of pussy. It's just unbelievable. Like, you know, Arnold Schwarzenegger. You go right down the freaking list.
Yeah, well,
guys got like perfectly rational guys. You know, when they get pussy on the brain, they'll do fucking anything. They'll jump through a window.
Bill Burr has the best stand-up skit for Arnold Schwarzenegger, where he says the funniest shit that he was like in the zone for like 30 years. This guy think he could get away with murder. You know, this guy was in the zone for like 30 fucking years. Like that, fucking.
Well, you know, it's funny you bring that up because you know it's very fashionable to say that Arnold Schwarzenegger is stupid in Germany. It's extremely fashionable to do that.
Who? Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Who's stupid in Germany? Wait a minute. Say it again.
Well, it's extremely fashionable to say that Arnold Schwarzenegger is a dummy, and you know I've met tons of Germans that just kind of look down at Arnold.
Really?
Tons.
But he's Austrian, so I mean.
But I would say it's probably the same thing over there too, and you know Bill Burr just puts it in total perspective. I mean, all right, here's what you do. You move to Austria, become a bodybuilding champion, then work into becoming like the top German-speaking country movie star, then marry into their friggin' royalty, right? And then run for governor of one of their states and win. And that makes you stupid? That makes you dumb?
Right.
You know, and then Bird famously says, then what the fuck am I?
Right,
I mean,
right.
Schwarzenegger's a god.
I've got the clip of it. You want to play the clip? I'm going to play the clip of it.
We might get in trouble for that, though.
I don't think so. No, we're not. Well, we're not going to monetize it.
Oh, okay. All right.
Because
we got to talk. We got to critique it. That makes it official.
We're critiquing this.
That dude should be unloading trucks in Transylvania.
It's talking about Arnold Schwarzenegger.
That should have been the height of his success. But because he's a great man, he had the balls to move to America.
Right.
Became famous for lifting weights. I lift weights. Nobody gives a shit. He lifts weights. Becomes super famous. Did he rest on his laurels? No. Next challenge. I'm going to become an actor despite the fact that nobody can really understand me. Against all odds, he starts making movies. Get down. There's a bomb. Get out of there. Becomes one of the biggest blockbuster stars of all time. What are you going to do next, Arnie? I think I'll marry a Kennedy. There's no fucking way you can do that. Bam, he does it. Cherry on top, I'm running for governor of a state I can't even pronounce, and he wins the election. Why wouldn't this guy think he couldn't bang his maid in his own bed and get away with it? This dude has been in the zone for over 4 decades. 4 decades.
Dude has been in the zone for 4 decades. By the way, that's Bill Burr, and you can get it. It's called You People Are All the Same. You can get it on iTunes. You can download it. You can buy it. Bill Burr, You People Are All the Same. It's fucking hilarious. Hour of stand-up. And now, going from one skinny white guy to another, Chris Tosevich has joined us. What's up, Chris?
I'm not skinny. I'm like a $190 these days.
Yeah, you're getting funny looking. Yeah, you're right.
How tall are you?
Dude, I'm a $190.
Well, you're only like 5'10", right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. You probably got to drop.
So that's why I'm calling him skinny still.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
And how tall are you? You're like my height, Chris, right?
Yeah,
I'm like 6'1".
Yeah, same height as me.
I should be 170, but You know, when the sadder life gets, the more you eat.
Yeah. I'm 210.
Yeah, I got kids, but what is my dick for? I'll just eat. It's amazing how, you know what, I found out what it is. The less sex you have, the more fatter you get. I figured it out. That's the key.
Well, yeah, you got to do something.
When I was like in the zone in like 2006 and 7, and I was the skinniest. I was skinnier than I'd been the years before that. It was crazy.
You're banging your brains out.
That's what it is. And you don't really eat, and you're drinking, and you're just feeling so good about yourself, and you're running around and shit.
Why don't you try to be romantic over there? Why don't you like I don't know, do something romantic.
Yeah,
I like how you had no examples.
it would.
Yeah. What do you think? What do I know? What the fuck? Look at me. I'm getting married again.
It wouldn't. It wouldn't. Nothing works. You know what? You know what? My friend Bill used to do. Not Bill Burr, of course, but my friend Bill. You know what he used to do is he would just he would rape his girlfriend.
That'll work.
What's up, Chris? So what happened tonight? Did you did you put her to sleep or what happened?
What do you mean?
You know, the bimbo. I mean, the girl. Did you put the wife to sleep?
I was helping her put together a crib, and then I realized it's a one-person job if we want to remain in a relationship. So I'm letting her continue the job.
That is hilarious.
She's gonna call me in.
That is the greatest thing ever. I was helping my wife put together the crib, and then I realized if we wanted to still have a relationship, it was a one-person job. That's exactly what I would have done. In fact, I'm a moron, so I can't put it together. So Leah had to do it anyway. I built everything. Leah built everything. Yeah, and so did Colleen apparently.
Yeah, she's doing pretty good.
She's doing because you start. They start yelling at you like, no, just move out of the way. Just let me
Hold
do
it sideways. I said sideways.
But you know what? 50 years ago, it would have been the dad being like, just get the fuck out of here. And then he'd be hammering on something. But now it's the women that put it all. They do it.
Do you have any idea what it's like to sit in a courtroom and hear that for the last 3 years that you've been married, that you didn't help with one fucking thing, and then while that's going on, you're remembering all the times you were told to get the fuck out of the kitchen.
Oh, right. Before Magic Johnson gives you.
Where's Tazovich on the Sterling situation? I gotta know.
Oh, he's a fucking asshole.
Yeah.
Oh,
You think
okay.
it's a little creepy that they recorded him in his house?
Well, he asked her to record all of his conversations for whatever reason, so he knew he was being recorded.
God.
Or else none of this would have flown.
Wait a minute. Now I didn't know that. Now it's really getting weird. Because
Just leave the N-word out.
I think it's because he was currently involved in a lawsuit against her after they had whatever the hell happened between them the first time. So because of that, he was like, "You better record everything that we say, probably for legal purposes."
That makes sense.
So here, record everything I'm going to say to you, but maybe I shouldn't. I should think about what I'm saying as an owner and a celebrity of an NBA. It's like, I don't know.
I hate that everyone's like, "Oh, dude, freedom of speech." Well, last I checked, freedom of speech doesn't apply to your fucking job.
No,
you can't be a telemarketer and say, "Hey, go fuck yourself." Freedom of speech, buddy. You can't work at an airport and fucking bring in a gun and be like, "Fourth Amendment, man."
Well, I gotta say, I am a little bit disturbed by it. I really do gotta say that it is a little disturbing. The reason he's fired, I totally get. But does this
it's
mean
not
we
the
can...
NBA's problem, Joe, that this came out maybe illegally. We don't even know if it's illegal. If Tazovich is right, it wasn't illegal.
No, this had to be done, and this had to be done from the NBA's point of view. What I'm worried about is all the black people that are really coming down on him. And then again, I made a video the other day, but I'm really worried about other people. You know, somebody else who isn't really racist maybe he's not. I mean, it seems like he's crazy. He may. I don't think he's just racist. I think he's out of his fucking mind.
Oh, he's both, definitely.
So that.
Hey, tell Tosovich your theory though. It's the completely it's the most sensible one though
Which
that
one?
I've heard.
What one? The
That
one
you're feeling like
Oh,
this
that he
isn't
should
really
come
about
out?
race. It's more about like
yeah,
I
it's
don't want a
about
black
dick
guy.
fear.
I don't want anybody banging my girlfriend.
Yeah, it's
you know?
about dick fear. He's jealous of other men. He's worried about it. So
Did you listen to the whole recording?
No.
At one point in the recording, he goes, I don't care if you want to hang around with them. You can bring into my house. You can sleep with them. I don't care. Just don't put it on the Instagram.
Oh, so he doesn't care if he's fucking him.
Okay, so the dick fear thing is out then. Then what it is I know what it is he
You idiot, Joe.
he didn't want people seeing in public that look at what she's doing with these other guys.
Even though she's half black.
But that's why I'm saying that he can't be that racist because it's just he speaks wrong, I guess. I mean, like, he's with a black chick. He's doing a black chick. How racist
Slave
is he?
masters fuck their slaves all the time back in the day, buddy.
Well, then that's, you know what? And that gets me to another thing, by the way. I was thinking of this when I was watching Django Unchained the other day for like the third time. And I was thinking, this really has nothing to do with you're black and we're white. This just had to do with how can I exploit and just be a fucking evil person? How can I get away with justify being an evil psychopath and then make money while doing it? That's all it comes down to. It's not about black and white. It's about a fucking evil person. That's what it's about. There's nothing.
Yeah, well,
to do.
that particular story. I mean, he was just.
Well, I'm not even talking about that story. I'm just talking about the whole idea of it.
Well, you're saying they're just saying the color of their skin is just an excuse for them to.
Yeah, it's just an excuse.
Be powerful or
it's an
whatever?
excuse to be powerful, to make money, and to get away with stuff you wouldn't normally get away with. Because I'm not going to go down the street and beat up Darren Williams or that's a bad last name to pick, but Darren, whatever.
Yeah,
the
he
fuck.
played for the Knicks.
Yeah, right. Whatever, Buddy Hackett or whatever your fucking white neighbor's name is.
Buddy Hackett.
And but they're like, I don't care about this black guy. I can beat the shit out of this person. It's the same people who beat up animals, which is funny when the black people will say, "Oh, they're just dogs. They don't care more about people than dogs or whatever." And they freak out about the dog fighting thing. But it's like, well, what you're doing to those dogs is kind of like what the white people did to you guys. So,
the thing is, what psychopaths do is they take the path. They're like regular people. They take the path of least resistance. And if it's like society says it's like,
right.
the black people are 1/3 a person, then the psychopaths are going to take all their psychopathic energy out on them.
Yeah.
Or a dog. I mean, even the road to being a psychopath is well documented in just about every, psychological book I've ever read or magazine in psychology today. They usually start fucking with animals because you can get away with it.
It's the same. I almost feel it's not quite the same thing, and I know a lot of people are going to be pissed off about this, especially the people that hunt. But the people that constantly hunt, that show the pictures of the dead animals, and then they either sell them or whatever, it's getting into that area for me a little bit, where it's like, look what we can do.
What if they
I'll
eat
make
them?
a good argument for them, though.
No, if they eat them, well, no, because see, the thing is, you don't have to hunt to eat. Nobody has to hunt to fucking eat.
Yeah, but at the same time, I don't have to go to the supermarket to eat. I can kind of choose whatever I want to do to eat. And if I want to hunt instead of letting some hunt for me, what the fuck is the difference between chickens being slaughtered in tiny cells and me going out and shooting one in the woods?
Well, I mean,
actually, shooting in the woods is probably more humane if you do it
exactly.
right.
Well, that's what my next thing was going to be then, because then the next thing is, oh, you fucking hypocrite, so I can't shoot a deer and then eat it, but we can fucking run over some cows with some, backhoes, and that's okay. So
that's fucked up.
So
that's torture. I mean,
you're right. So I understand that. So what? We get a fucking mic if you're gonna talk on this show. I can't stand it. She does this every week. She starts yelling, so I can't hear what she's saying.
The lovely Leah, everybody.
The lovely Leah. I would love to hear from Leah.
Both my kids are watching this hot movie that it took us 2 fucking hours to find. Looking it up, like Googling what happens to chocolate bunnies that turn this way or that. Like trying to fucking write it into Google to see if it gets a hit on some movie.
I want to hear from your callers.
We just figure out it's fucking Hop in the end.
See what they think. And if they talk too long, hang up on them.
My callers, if anybody calls tonight, I'll hang up on everybody tonight.
Good. It's funny. It makes me laugh.
Oh, it makes you.
I want to hear
laugh.
people's opinions on any of the subjects, including the San Jose Sharks and how bad they suck.
The San Jose Sharks. We should have started. I should have tweeted people on tweeting the San Jose Sharks. This is what you do. Come over here to jump off the cliff. Magic Johnson gives you that you wish they were slaves.
That's pretty sick.
It is pretty sick. I was sitting here, and by accident, a Miley Cyrus came on, and I was just humming. Like I started humming things that had to do with Donald Sterling, and I had no idea I was going to make a song or anything. I just was like, "That's weird," and then I just turned the camera on and just tried to make up stuff. That's why I think it was like half okay, because it was like I didn't plan it out enough. What should I tweet? What are the Sharks on Twitter? What are they at? Sharks?
Let me check.
San Jose Sharks.
I can never keep. It might be SNS Sharks. I don't know. I hate Twitter with a bloody passion. I only do it because I have to do it. Hold on. San Jose
Maybe it's the whole fucking thing right out there.
Sharks. SA Shark. Yes. It says San Jose Sharks. At San Jose Sharks. San Jose Sharks. Yeah.
San Jose, you lose again in the shark tank. You drowned.
Why don't we just send him a video and just going?
Just throw up on ourselves.
Sharks.
Here's what happened to you tonight, folks.
But then again, it happened to the Bruins too. So.
Well, you're right. And you know what was weird about that was I just remember like being like, "This is awesome. Fuck these guys." You know what the great thing about? Can I tell you about the next year after that though? Is like retribution happened in a full circle. Like Tim Thomas came back, and all those people talking shit about Thomas is done, and Rask is the goalie, and then Rask threw up on himself in the Philly series.
Yeah.
But then Tim Thomas came back, and then not only did we go through the Canadians, we had to go through our fucking nemesis in a Game 7, in overtime in a Game 7, through our nemesis, and then Nathan Horton, the guy we bring on that year to score goals, scores the goal, and it was just awesome. And then and then we go to Philly, and then we go up again 3-0 on them. And then it's like, "Oh, you're gonna choke again, you fucking piece of shit." And then bam, we just slit their throat. And then we go to Tampa Bay, and we go 7 games with them again. And then we friggin'
a lot of games that year.
Yeah, then we go to a Game 7 against Vancouver. And listen, I don't know. And then they set their city on fire.
Yeah.
Before Magic Johnson gives you.
And you get a new rival out of it too, because I mean,
we don't
even
like each other.
God, when Boston, whenever they go back there, you know, Marchand's fucking with those guys and stuff, pretending he's lifting the cup and shit.
I thought that was a little weird when the last time we played them and they were beating us or something, and he was like kissing his fingers, kissing the ring.
Yeah, like the cup.
And
yeah,
it was really like childish, but it was.
I didn't know they were down. I just thought it was funny.
I think we were losing like 3-1 or 4-1, or we lost anyway. But Marchand, he was getting off the bench, was kissing his fingers and then kissing at them. It was fucked up, man. It was like, oh my god, how childish is this? But whatever.
I know. Well, he's Marchand's a hockey player in his own class.
I just love him because I'm not saying I'm not Marchand, but when I play men's league, I'm a little bit of a psycho because, and I'll tell you, in order to play at my best top level, I have to be bizarre. I don't know what it is, and my best level is not that good, but it's, you know what I mean? When I don't do that stuff.
So what do you do? Like, do you talk about Power Rangers and treat everybody on the bench? Or?
Like, I will, if things are getting chippy or things are getting weird, or even if we're just getting beat down. Like, I remember one night the teams were completely uneven and nobody would change. And where I was like, no, this can't start like this. Mm-hmm. And everybody was like, no, whatever. And nobody listened. And then we were getting our asses kicked. Our goalie's freaking out. I mean, we switched goalies, but still, the goalie's freaking out. Everyone's freaking out. And I'm just like, this is bullshit. And we have no one on our team that can really fly. And they got guys who can zigzag and spin around you and fucking... They can even make our good D guy, you know what I mean, beat our good D guy. And I'm just like, this is ridiculous. So I just started plowing into those guys, like spitting on their skates if I was locked up with them. like just saying things to them like, you know what I mean, I'm gonna fucking kill you and stuff like that. Like, mother, how's your mother doing? Hey, you ever had another guy's finger in your ass? Like, and just skating by the bench and then grabbing one of their sticks and just throw it onto the ice as you skate by out of nowhere. Just I mean,
I like to do. I'd step if the puck was in the corner. I'd do this thing like I'd have to really hate the guy where and I did it really good because I never got called for a penalty. I'd step on his stick blade. Oh, sorry. It just crack. I got really good at doing it.
I would laugh in their face after that though, like a crazy like like a real, and they'd be like, "What the hell is this guy's problem?" And then they would realize it as it slowly went on that I was just a douchebag. And I'd have like a wily smile about it too. I'm telling you, it would be and sometimes this happens at pickup. So I mean, but you get me in men's league, that's a dangerous place. Cause see, there's a line with me, like a little slash, a little shove. You want to really fucking shove around, you know what I mean? But I don't want to meet you in the parking lot. I don't want to fucking pull out a knife in the parking lot. I don't want to.
But that doesn't usually happen at hockey games, even if there's fights on the ice. Normally,
that's what was happening at the place. I mean, you wouldn't believe it though. That. You wouldn't believe it. You'd be leaving, and they'd be like, I'd be like, I literally one time I said, really, you're gonna follow me home because I threw my helmet at you? You know what I mean? I was like, it's all on the ice, bro. I was like, I was just fucking trying to get my team going. And they'd be like, yeah, well, I'm gonna fucking kill. I'll get your family going. Something like that.
Yeah.
And we'll follow you. We're following you home tonight, just so you know. Oh. And just be like, dude, you follow me home, I'll fucking really I want to say I'll shoot your head off or something, or I'll get my gun or something. But they're actually serious, and they'll one up you on that. They're like, well, you won't make it home.
Well, now, yeah, because you didn't just.
So I'm like, literally, like, no, dude, I don't want to fucking. I got no problems with you. I was like, my bad if it pissed you off that bad. We're just fucking around. But it's like, no, you'll see what happens tonight. It was like, we know your license plate is. We know your car is. There's three of us. We don't got fucking families. We don't give a fuck about you. Don't give a fuck about you. I'll drop you in a fucking ditch. Yeah, and these guys are talking crazy, and you're just like, okay, like, I mean, like, what the fuck is this? That's when I was like, I've had enough of this. Because you know what it is their dude would slash someone on my team, like, in the neck.
Yeah.
And you'd be like, that's messed up. And my whole team was a bunch of... I really did play with a bunch of bitches. These guys wouldn't stick up. They would not stick up for themselves. And I'm, like, the smallest guy out there. And these guys were all, like, 6'3", like, electricians who are 40 now, and they couldn't really... stuff like that. Like, and they weren't really loud or anything. And I'm just like, I'm sick of fighting for these guys, like, every night. Like, nobody does anything.
Yeah.
And these guys are gonna get hurt. I mean, this team is slashing them. So I would slash someone else's stick out of their hands and smack them in the face and just be like, you want to fucking do that? Like, you know what I mean? And you get in a fight, then you get kicked out of the game.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Have a beer.
I would just like, I can't do that now. Because I'll get all fucking crazy, like, but I won't get crazy enough to really hurt somebody. And I won't get crazy to attempt to hurt somebody after the game's over.
Yeah. I know. I was always the same way.
Like, it's like,
people are fucking nuts, though.
Knock me out, and then we're friends, and then we're good. I don't want to fucking kill you over an ice game. Fucking ice
game.
I want to bring Kozovich into this conversation because we didn't have him on much last show. I miss him. I miss you, Chris.
And now he's in the penalty box because of it.
Yeah. And I also want to say something to Lamb Shit. I'm in love with you, Lamb Shit. I don't hate you at all.
What about Monica?
Who's Monica?
Monica Jones is here, and so isn't Black Mamba.
Yeah, Monica Jones.
Black Mamba. He's been
writing me lately.
He's been with me for a long time. I'm gonna put Tony Hall on because he's calling, and
put him on.
Maybe he's got a thought on his mind. What's up, Tony? There.
What's up, my man?
Dude, we are drinking, we're pinking the stinking, and we're really doing some thinking, man.
So what are you doing, man?
I just told you.
Oh, God. You're bad at this.
Johnson gives you...
That was fun. Spin again one more time. That was funny. Oh, that's funny.
Gives you...
So I was want to say this.
Yeah.
Stellanius' mouth And I saw the comment one day, spend name is banned for life in the NBA.
Mm-hmm.
Why? How you feel about it? How you feel all this thing, man?
Well, I spent about 20 minutes on it at the beginning of the show, but I'll tell you, man. I think he's got to go. It's just whether he's racist or really racist or semi-racist or just a moron, which I'm going with moron. The NBA had to let him go. Too many, all those African American people, families, kids, fans, and this dude, gets, whether it's his fault or some bimbo's fault for releasing the tape. The fact is, you said it, people heard you say it, and unfortunately, if he was a chef at Domino's, he'd probably be all right. Maybe he'd be suspended or something on paid leave or something. But
even taking all the morals out of it, just from a business standpoint, the NBA is looking at this saying, you're costing us fucking money by what you said. Get the fuck out. Regardless of any of the moral implications.
That's true.
Break it down just to that.
Only, I think it's like 70% of the owners or 30% of the owners have to vote for it. What owner isn't going to vote for this? What owner wants to go, I don't know, guys? Yeah, right. He's the only one in the room. He raises his hand.
That'd be great. I
say we measure his dick. If his dick is 3 inches, we leave it alone, and now we know why he's so angry.
I know.
If he's got a 3-inch dick, okay, we figured it out. He's crazy. He's really insecure. I believe it.
You think he has liver spots on the head of his dick?
That's hot.
But if he's got anything more than 6 inches, fuck him.
I understand. I agree. Some friends on the way home, they're saying that you can't say that about people, And believe me, I feel bad for them. You can't say that to the people like that and say why you. I heard the tape and saying the owner. I think this guy's name was what's this guy's name? The owner.
Donald Sterling is his name.
Sterling, the guy that the whole the NBA guy.
Silver.
Yeah, he said, you know what?
A lot of S's going on. Silver, Sterling, and then Stern was the commissioner. It's really weird.
Yeah, I just don't get that. Why you just banning him, just firing him. Get the Clippers.
Well, you can't just. The thing is, there's procedures they have to go through to get rid of him because he's an owner of a team. So
yeah, that's true.
They have to.
I'm gonna joke. I went to call it last night. Monday Raw. I was at my. I was good. I go to a dentist now. Monday Raw sucked last night. Monday Raw, man. I'm sorry to say this, but
it did suck.
I gave it 4.0 last night, man. Monday night.
I think I gave it that too. It did suck. It sucked ass. It sucked Donkey Kong balls.
I like when John Cena was serenaded. That was great. Bray Wyatt's segment gave me AIDS.
I hung up on Tony.
I don't know why it makes me laugh.
Poor Tony.
I know, poor guy. Good job, Tony. Thanks for calling, buddy. We had a lot of good stuff there.
Tony's
cabin note from death scene. What the fuck is that? Somebody sent it to me. I don't care about that. Bruno Sammartino is #1 trending. Why is that right now?
Oh, he's not dead, is he?
Uh-oh.
Why is Bruno Sammartino the #1 trending thing right now?
Let's go check it out. Now, look, that doesn't sound good because I know he's well in his 80s.
Well, wait.
Yeah, there's really there's no reason to talk about him unless he's dead.
There's nothing.
But that's no angles.
There's nothing on WWE right now. I just was looking on Yahoo. I was just looking for something that we could talk about later or stuff that'll come up because that's what I usually do. And trending right now is Bruno Sammartino.
He's not dead. I think I know what it is.
What the hell is it?
He apparently, I guess he talks about the death of the Ultimate Warrior, and I guess it got some press.
Okay, all right. Jesus Christ.
Yeah, I just scared the
not another one. Because we said there's another one coming, right?
I mean, because the rest of the show would be, all you young assholes.
No.
You don't remember Bruno Sammartino, but he was just as great as the Ultimate Warrior.
Well, last night I spoke with, unfortunately I got disconnected from him at the end, but I guess I spoke with Pedro Morales' kid, who watches us a ton.
Really?
I don't know. His name is Miguel Morales.
Miguel Morales?
and he watches us a bunch. I went to hang out with him.
Is that the guy that his old man hit one of the coaches in the Yankees, right?
Maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah, he moved over there, so yeah, he probably did. He got inducted.
Yeah,
in the Hall
was
of
there a
Fame.
big incident about 10 like before the World Series where his old man like took a swing because I guess Pedro Morales when he was on the Sox, if I'm thinking correctly,
Yeah.
Pointed to his head, and then one of this
You mean
old crotchety
Pedro
Yankee
Martinez?
coach ran out and tried to hit him.
Well,
It was really-
you're thinking of Pedro Martinez.
Martinez.
I'm talking about
it's all
Pedro.
the same to me. Oops.
Pedro Morales was a wrestler in the who got inducted in the Hall of Fame of WWE in 1995. But Pedro Martinez was the Red. This is like me. Do you know who Roger Clemens is?
Of course I do. He's on my
Then how the hell do you not know who Pedro Martinez is? They had a big rivalry for like 6 years.
Who's Pedro? Well, yeah, I know Pedro Martinez. I just couldn't remember his name.
Okay, all right. Well, yeah, no, he beamed somebody. Yeah, and then he pointed to
He
his head.
said he was going to bean him. The old crusty Yankee coach came out after him.
Yeah, what's his face got all pissed off, and then
Pretty
he
funny.
dropped him. Then he stepped aside and dropped him. And then, and the funniest thing was like I love the Pedro Martinez press conferences because he's like, why would they try to hit him? I tried to hit Kareem Garcia in the head. Who is Kareem Garcia? If I'm going to throw at somebody and throw at somebody who's good, who is Kareem? Who is that? And he's like, who is Kareem Garcia? Just shits all over Kareem Garcia.
Fuck that guy. I hated him.
He really was a douche. All the
He was
Yankee
a horrible
players,
person.
out of all the Yankees players, I remember I just did not like Kareem Garcia. He just looked like a fuckhead. Are you listening, Kareem?
He never did anything to anybody.
I don't know. He just
He's even famous in New York.
I
You're
don't
probably
know.
the only guy that knows him.
He just looked like a shithead. I was like, this guy's a dickhead. I hate this guy. The best was when
I used to think that about Wade Boggs until he won a World Series on my team.
Yeah, right. Well, I mean, it's all right. The jersey changes a whole lot of stuff. I mean, Jesus, I would have burned Johnny Damon alive in 2007, maybe. But you know, what I mean, a couple years later, we were like, "It's Jesus, yeah, fucking get the beards out." And then he shaves everything, and we throw money at him.
Yeah. He went to the
Oh, that
Yankees.
was the best thing when they threw the dollar bills at him in the center field. I was like, I don't even think he sees that money, that dollar bill. He don't see dollar bills anymore. All he
You know what the
sees
thing is? Like, it always pisses
$1,000.
me off about Sox fans. Like, they have like the second biggest team. They could throw money around like the Yankees, but they have to keep this image. It's like, oh,
Well,
we're so poor.
there's
It's
another
like the
thing.
biggest team.
You want to get to that point? The point of that is the Red Sox ownership's being like, "Oh, we couldn't do it. He didn't want to be here." It's like, no, you didn't fucking offer him make a better offer. How
No,
about that?
that's
How
the
about
bottom
Derek
line.
Lowe? How about offer Derek Lowe a better offer? How about offer Johnny Damon a better offer? It was all the ownership, but the ownership actually confused the fans into believing that this people didn't want to be here. It's kind of similar to the Phil Kessel thing, except for Phil Kessel actually didn't want to be here because he's a pussy. He has pimples on his face.
Yeah.
But
Hey,
anyway.
Tasvich,
Yeah,
how was your week?
that was my week.
You know what pisses me off when people talk
Pretty
about the greatest NBA team is the Lakers? I think that's bullshit since the Celtics and the Lakers have the most fucking championships in their tie. And the Celtics were leading before that, so I don't know. That really pisses me off.
You don't even like the fucking Celtics. What are you talking about? You don't even like basketball that much.
You're right, I don't. So that's why it doesn't bother me that much. Because fuck it. Basketball is almost not a sport to me.
I always loved Larry Bird because he was white. Donald Sterling.
Oh
liked
my
him,
God,
too.
Black Mamba going back. Joe, the best video you made was when you shitted on the Red Sox in 2012.
Oh really? Oh God.
Oh,
he
the
really
deer,
is a big fan.
the deer-looking guy. Yeah, dude. Yeah, he was on my Darkest Days channel. I swear. He's going back a while. He was following
He
me.
wants me to help him get a chick. That's what he's been writing me. There's
What?
some girl he likes that likes hockey, and I don't know. He decided to call a middle-aged man.
So he wants
Yeah.
the guy who's in Germany, who has a
Yeah.
kid with an ex-wife who's in Germany,
Yeah.
and now another German girlfriend to give him tips on American women now.
Yeah, he wants me. Yeah, call in if you need lady love tips. I'll be happy to help you.
Right.
I'm actually getting married in 2 weeks in Denmark.
Thomas
again.
Thomas Scott said, "That's congratulations, by the way, on your
thank
next big mistake." No, this one seems like she seems no, she really does seem like a really nice person. So I don't even know her that well. So I'm excited for that. Listen, the fact that you're doing this right now and that you've been doing plenty of these, doing this YouTube stuff, and you're you know what I mean, and you're doing it.
Yeah.
If there was a problem, you wouldn't be doing it at all. So the fact that you're doing it means she's a good person, and she's supportive. So that's the good thing. And Thomas Scott is a Yankees fan, and he says that
That he was a tool.
that he was a tool. Yeah.
I don't remember.
I don't know. I'm trying to think of who the Red Sox tool was.
Martinez.
Thomas Scott says that the Red Sox let their best hitter go to the Yankees, Jacoby Ellsbury. Yeah, they did because they didn't want to pay him $100-something million. So, I mean, we already made that mistake with Carl Crawford. Here's my problem, though. They paid Carl Crawford all that money. They paid the, Josh Beckett. They paid all these people when they knew they really shouldn't, but they did it anyway. But now that Jacoby Ellsbury, he's for the most part proven, except for his little injuries that he's going to get. You'll find out about that, Thomas, by the way, when Jacoby misses half a season for 3 years, that he's not worth the money. He's not really worth the money. He really is a great player, and I want him, yes. But actually, when you look at the numbers, he's and the amount of games he plays, he's not worth overpaying that amount of money. Now, you'd win the war, and we could have probably kept him, but that would have been a huge chunk of change. And the Red Sox probably think we just won the World Series when we, destroyed our team. I mean, we had nothing. You know what I mean? We went in with sugar dust, and we won. And this year,
I thought you were the best team all year last year.
We were.
Yeah,
but
I remember you're all freaking out during the World Series.
But all we
you're gonna be fine.
But no, all we talk because we also lost and we barely won a lot of times. We barely won games. Look at the games we won; they were all comeback.
Yeah.
There was like 35 comeback wins in the end of a game or something like that. It was crazy. It was
not like the old days when you choked come September.
I can't even describe that to kids now. When I'm talking to someone who's like 17, I'm like, you don't understand. I feel like some old asshole, and I'm only 30 right now. I mean, like, what am I going to be saying to people when I'm 60? Oh, God, I remember back 50 years ago they hadn't won in 90 years. No one's going to listen to a fucking word I say. No one's going to give a shit. They're going to give a shit. Listen to this fucking idiot. Who gives a fuck? What are you talking about? The Red Sox have won 12 World Series in the last 30 years. What the hell are you talking about? And I'm going to be like, you don't understand. Neighbors that I knew, people that I knew died who were 80, who never saw them win. I was ready to eat my own hand in 2003.
Come on, Dad. Come with me. We'll put you to bed now.
It's kind of like, it's similar to...
I just realized the old man voice you just used was Doc Emmert's voice.
Oh, was it? I don't know.
Doc Emmerich?
I just realized this thing is really close to it's like Star Wars. It's like trying to figure out, do I just pretend those other ones don't exist, or do I make my son watch the old ones first like I did and then watch the new ones? Like, should I pretend that the Red Sox, because nobody can understand. We were like crying. I lost my mind in 2003 when that ball, it's so nostalgic for me, and nobody else really can experience this except for, I watched the baseball my whole life and watched them lose, and I was really into it in 2003, and I was like, no, finally, like, this has to be it. 2003, and this team is special. Something is going on here. And then, bam, Aaron fucking Boone to left field. And I fucking lost my mind. I got in a fight with my friend who was here that night because I was losing my mind. He was mad too. And he was telling me to calm down. I said, fuck you! Fuck you! I mean, like, that's how fucking crazy it got. And I got drunk, and I swear to God, I was crying. I think I might have been crying. In 2003, you know what I mean? And you're just like, I can't believe this shit. We're never going to win. We're never going to win.
And now you can't stop.
And now it's but after the Patriots
and I'm
won,
physically ill after this conversation.
Right. But we just keep winning all over the place, and I swear to God, it's like we're getting it. It's coming back. Like, here, take this. We fucking stepped on your head for 10 years, for 10,000 years.
And it's all your teams. It's not even just the fucking Sox.
It's weird, man.
You have a serious. You've got to be the favorite going to the Stanley Cup final, assuming you can cut through. If you cut through, man, who's gonna? Let's say you beat the ever living shit out of Montreal in 5. Who's gonna beat the Bruins?
I don't know, but I don't believe that's going to happen. 646 is on with us, too, tonight to talk about his dick problems. What's up?
Yeah, what's going on?
What's up, man?
Nothing. Just
what's your problem, Dick?
How am I a dick?
Because you won't state your claim here. So, what would you? Do you have girl problems or something?
Nah. I just you guys were talking about baseball, right?
Yeah, we are.
Deep
Do you like
drive to
baseball?
right. Carlos
I
back.
do.
Sorry, I'm just fucking
Yeah.
I'm drinking.
My favorite team is the St. Louis Cardinals, but
They suck,
yeah, they lost to the Red Sox last year.
You know what's
and they're second best to the Yankees in championships.
Isn't it so weird how they played the Cardinals again? Like it's like, and let me mention this about St. Louis. I don't know if you guys, we talked about this before. It's something weird with St. Louis and Boston because Boston Bruins beat St. Louis in the Bobby Orr goal in the Cup.
Yeah.
The Patriots win their first Stanley Cup against St. Louis Rams.
Mm-hmm.
The Red Sox break the curse against the St. Louis Cardinals.
Yeah.
It's the strangest fucking. It's really weird. I mean, I'm surprised St. Louis doesn't really want to kill us, but the fans over there are actually really nice, and they've always been really good. The fans.
Nice Midwestern people. They know how to be polite.
I cheered for St. Louis every other year they were in it because I was like, oh, let them win now. They gave us, we paid them off or something for those 4 games in a row.
Yeah, I'm from New York, but I like St. Louis. Always.
Wait.
Wait a
New
minute.
York State? Are you from the city?
I'm from the city. I'm from
You're
Queens.
from where? What borough?
Queens.
You're from Queens?
Mhm.
How far do you live from the Belt?
From what?
The Belt Parkway.
Belt Parkway.
Yeah.
20 minutes.
About 20 minutes? So you're like near the airport, between Brooklyn and...
Yeah, I'm like in between Brooklyn and.
And you're a St. Louis fan. Did you get beat up
Yep.
every day on the way to school?
Oh my God, no! But in school, people always are confused how I'm a Cardinals
That's what it
fan,
is.
but I always watched them when I was younger.
They weren't angry. It was kind of more like, what? Like, it's not
Yeah,
like
they're very
it's not like-
confused.
yeah, it's not like you what? What are you doing, dude? It's more like,
But
What?
it's like when they win, I'm the only one talking, and everybody else is like they don't care because the Yankees aren't there,
yeah, no, I
And
got
I
you.
really hate when the Yankees do well sometimes because they talk a lot, and then I'm like, oh my God. They have like.
I bet you're the most
obnoxious-
educated St. Louis Cardinals fan on the New York Yankees.
They are the most obnoxious fans ever.
Oh, fuck you.
Are you a Yankee fan?
No.
So why do you say that?
No, he's a Yankee fan. He is a Yankee fan.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
We got
Well,
Yankees.
You don't know what you're talking about.
We have Yankees, Red Sox, and Cardinals in here. How funny.
Yeah. The Cardinals. The Cardinals have the second most championships to the Yankees, I think. The Yankees 27. I think it's like 12 or 13.
The Cardinals,
Yeah.
the Cardinals, bird makes the Baltimore Oriole look like a faggot. Johnson gives you
Yeah.
Oh, you're sick. You're sick. Fuck. Hey, by the way, Monica Jones, Chris is married. I'm getting married. If you cared. So you're out of luck, baby.
No, we can get rid of our families.
Yeah, I should probably could.
I bought OJ's book.
Hey, where's Lampshit at?
Yeah, he went to bed.
He probably did go to bed or he killed himself. He's been like texting me for weeks, like, listen to my voicemail. I sent you a voicemail. But there's like 700 voicemails from him, and every one starts off like and just goes into nowhere, so I can't listen to it and deal with it.
I love
To
Lampshit.
figure out the voicemail he's talking about.
I love the last show he did. He was like, well, I had trouble in school because I started writing shit about Obama on Facebook, and everybody like fucking hated me. That
Meanwhile,
was great.
skinny white skateboard kid. I don't know why that would be a problem. You know,
Wait, where's Lampshit from anyway?
I don't know actually. I have no idea. I haven't stalked his
He's from
Facebook.
Planet Lamb shit.
He's many times. I think he's from some. He's got to be from some white suburb. I'm guessing,
Parts unknown.
like white people suburb, right?
Mm-hmm.
What the Brendan? Let me look him up here. Oh no, fuck, I
Whitey
lost him.
Crackerville, North Carolina.
I'll find him. He's always sending me friends requests, and I'm like, I don't know. Like on Facebook, you know. Oh, and give me your cell phone
fine,
number.
we're friends.
One night he really was like, give me your cell phone number, like so I can text you.
Benjamin.
I'm just not comfortable with more than 5 people who are under 18 in high school being able to text me.
Yeah,
Something's weird about that somewhere.
probably not a good idea.
Oh, here I found him. Okay, so I'm looking at his Facebook now. And his by the way, his wallpaper. So is the picture of his face, but then his like big banner wallpaper thing is a
Cover photo.
is a side photo of the back of the ass of a catcher. So like it's some kid, but it's just like all I can see is his ass.
Is this the same guy?
Oh, Milwaukee. See, I told you, Milwaukee.
He looks way more normal than I thought he did. I thought he'd be
And he's in a small town in Wisconsin, by the way.
it tells you everything.
So I called it small white town in Wisconsin.
Yeah, well, 10 more years we'll be finding bodies over there.
Before Magic Johnson gives you. Oh man, he can give anybody it, but he won't tell them the magic touch he has to keep it. Yeah, maybe it was all he never had it.
I always wondered that. There's a book that came out a few years ago. Todd is going to jump all over me because I'm sure he's familiar with it. As a German scientist, it's called Inventing the HIV Virus. Now, I'm not going to go on what I know and don't know about it, but his thing is and I'm not, by the way, before I say this, I'm not saying this is true.
Okay.
He thinks when AIDS and HIV are two separate things and one disease does not mutate to another, it was just an honest mistake that science made because they were just totally miffed by this disease in the late 70s. He thinks it's like it was one because he says there's not another disease on Earth that does that mutates into another one and becomes deadly. And if you put HIV in a petri dish, it actually does nothing. But if you put AIDS, the actual virus in it eats everything in the petri dish. So, and he said in the book, and I read the book or flipped through it because it's like a doctor's manual. He said that Magic Johnson will live a long life, and he was right. But he did also say that about Tommy Morrison.
So you're saying that this guy thinks that it doesn't mutate, that it just it
has nothing. He believes, and this I couldn't grasp. He believes that HIV is a result of heroin. Like it's a communal thing where heroin's like actually, it's just a result of people like, I guess heroin really fucks up your immune system and it's just a result of that. But the virus itself actually does nothing. But when they find AIDS victims, people who died of AIDS and they do blood tests, they find HIV all over the place. And so they just, they naturally assume that it was one and the same or what have you. And he believes it's not one and the same, that HIV is absolutely nothing. It does absolutely nothing. It
seems like they would have put a little more work into that rather than just using conjecture.
What do you mean? Well,
yeah, he makes it seem like they just like, oh, that's
like,
it.
Wait,
this is AIDS. That's it.
Yeah, I mean the number one rule of science is correlation does not imply causation. So I mean that's like saying they were like, oh my god, all the people who died of AIDS had hair. Hair must cause AIDS.
Well,
like,
first of all, I'm not gonna sit there. It's not gonna sit there. But here's the thing. He never got AIDS, and he said he'd never get AIDS, and he said this back in 1992. And I don't even know that Tommy Morrison died of AIDS or even pneumonia because he drank like a fucking fish. He said that he would never die.
You're naming two celebrities aside from the legions and legions of people who have died from AIDS. I'm pretty sure you can find at least one or two to
Did
prove.
you remember when Freddie Mercury died and Rock Hudson? They said they had AIDS, not HIV, and they died shortly afterwards.
Right.
In other words, you get AIDS, you're going to die, and quick. If you have HIV, it doesn't have anything unless they haven't noticed the HIV virus in your system because it's actually pretty difficult to detect in early stages. That's this guy's theory. He's a German scientist. It's called Inventing the HIV Virus. I don't know.
But does Magic Johnson have full-blown AIDS? Not just
what's
HIV?
that? No, he's never developed it because it never magically mutated.
Well, because
of AZT. And by the way, let me tell you something else. Tommy Morrison never took AZT and had unprotected sex with his wife, and she never even attracted HIV.
Some people are immune to it.
What's that?
Some people are immune to it.
I suppose.
Yeah.
I mean,
it has been proven. No, some people are immune to it.
Yeah, I'm sure.
And haven't they figured out that it's the marrow or something now, and that they're close to getting?
It's the way your blood cells work. I don't remember which blood cells it is, but there's basically like a little keyhole that AIDS can latch onto and then replicate and go on from there. But some people's blood actually doesn't have that little keyhole, and there was actually one person who had AIDS who was like a perfect match, bone marrow, blood, and everything, to another guy who was immune. And what they did was they started replacing his AIDS-infected blood slowly but surely with this guy's other blood. And basically, blood cells are going to replicate whether they have AIDS or not, whether they're infected or not. So when you oversaturate it with non-AIDS blood, that's going to start replicating faster and faster. And just from the natural aging, your older blood cells are going to die off as new ones are created. And they actually got him to a point where the AIDS was undetectable in his system because he had so much blood that had multiplied from the donor. So they actually did cure one case of AIDS. It is documented.
So all they got to do is figure out how they did it and then repeat that.
Well, it's not how they did it. It's you got to find a perfect match. I mean, the number of people who are immune to it is low to begin with, and then you have to find one of those people who's a perfect match to you. So it's
and how do you know they're even immune to it until you give them the fucking disease? I mean, it's a whole.
Well, they can look at the cells. They can look at the cells and see whether or not they would be able to harbor AIDS or not.
It's way above my grasp, but I mean, I'm not saying what this German scientist is saying. He's very controversial.
That is controversial because it's very clear to see how you have HIV, and at some point it can mutate. And when it mutates into AIDS, that's when the virus kills you.
Yeah, but when I was a kid, they told it was 3 years tops. Then it became 7. Then it became 15. It did grow over time. And it seemed to correlate with Magic Johnson. Magic Johnson had announced that he had HIV in 1990. And around that time, I remember taking health class, because I'm a little older than you guys, that it was a 3-year kind of incubation period. And then it just, as Magic Johnson grew older, it expanded.
And
I mean, that's just something I personally noticed.
No, you're right. When people first got it, it was like a death sentence. But isn't that
HIV?
But isn't that medicine? I mean, when you find out you have it, if you've had it for a year or 2 years, you find out you have it, you go and they start working on you.
Or HIV doesn't cause AIDS.
So this guy thinks HIV does not cause AIDS, and they're two separate things.
That he thinks that when you attract AIDS directly, that HIV has absolutely nothing to do with it. That's what he believes.
What does he mean by attract AIDS directly?
In other words, there is no disease on Earth that goes like from like one sort of disease that does nothing in a petri dish.
Say you have sex with someone, you get HIV. Now you think
he believes that will never mutate. Say you have sex with somebody who has full-blown AIDS, and you get AIDS, you're gonna die.
That's it. Okay, so they're two separate things. Okay.
Yes, he thinks they're two. And he does say what he says is he goes, it was probably an honest mistake. That's what he believes.
An honest.
By the way, he is in the minority.
But here's the thing: why haven't we just looked into this now and figured out that that's not true?
I could answer that, but scientists are always clipping each other's wings and going after each other and saying this and studying. He does fall in a small camp.
Anyone who steps out the box usually gets sidelined or blackmailed or gets blacklisted.
I don't know if that's the case with this guy, but Magic Johnson never died.
What do you think? This guy, listen, come here.
I'm listening.
This guy thinks that AIDS
no,
and
this
HIV,
German scientist. This guy doesn't know shit. Shampoo.
This German scientist thinks that AIDS and HIV are two different things and they're not related at all. It's serious.
It's not crazy to think that a virus could mutate, though, because although viruses aren't known to, bacteria does it all the fucking time. Like, look at
MRSA. You're way smarter than me. I'm just saying, like, what I could take from this book with my little intellect.
He's wrong.
Why is he wrong?
Does he have proof?
Does he have proof?
No.
No, he doesn't have proof.
Actually, he does have. Well, I mean, he has his own, thesis and stuff.
Is this Tommy coming up with this?
No,
and come up and just repeating what I read.
He's repeating what
he read. This is a Republican coming up with this, right?
No. This is a German scientist.
Do it, Actually, that's the one thing he said in the book, that the thing's been so politicized you can't have a legitimate scientific debate.
Yeah,
this thing was published in '96, by the way.
Yeah, this was published in '96. Yeah. By a German scientist.
And he also said Magic Johnson would never die.
And he said Magic Johnson would never die.
Ever. He's immortal.
You can't just believe something because somebody publishes it in 5 years.
I can't believe something if somebody just says it doesn't happen. I mean, like, I'm not saying I believe it, first of all. Joe set it up. I'm just saying this is what he believes, and he is in the minority of the scientific community. That's all I said.
We're not saying anybody believes it. We're just saying we read it. We're not saying nobody believes it. We're just saying.
So what are you asking me?
What do you think?
That's a good question, Leah.
What?
I think it's stupid.
Okay. Well, I mean, because HIV, he says Magic Johnson will never die of HIV. Now, is it more realistic that Magic Johnson isn't dying of HIV because HIV doesn't turn into AIDS? Or is it more likely Magic Johnson isn't dying of HIV because his HIV won't turn into AIDS because he's got a lot of fucking money?
Yeah, but that seems even like that seems even more conspiratorial to me. Like, oh, he's got a lot of money. Well, lots of people have lots of money. I mean, you mean he's the one guy on Earth that's not dying? I mean, that seems bizarre in itself. It's almost like science fiction.
What other celebrity has AIDS? What other millionaire has AIDS?
Well, I don't know. Every celebrity that said they had full-blown AIDS dropped dead within a week. Freddie Mercury, Rock Hudson.
All right,
People can live a long time with HIV.
With HIV.
AIDS now, it's different.
But what about Freddie Mercury? Now he died. Freddie Mercury, he died like 10 years before Magic Johnson got it, though, right?
No, he announced it 3 days
been around
after
for a
Magic
very
Johnson
long
announced it
time.
and died 3 days after that.
So Freddie Mercury announced it 3 days after Magic Johnson, but Freddie Mercury died. Freddie Mercury said, "I've got AIDS," and then he died.
But he had AIDS.
But how long did he have HIV for?
They don't know because I don't think they knew about this. I don't know if he was. I think when he was diagnosed with full-blown AIDS. That I know of.
So here's the thing: you got HIV for like 15 years or something. You don't know about it, and then all of a sudden you get really, really sick, and they find out, holy shit, you've got AIDS. But they didn't know you had HIV for all those years. Because you can go past the wayside without knowing about it because it hasn't mutated yet.
By the way, I am not. Everybody looks at me, hit me over the head. I am not.
No, I'm not. I'm not attacking
theory.
you. I'm not attacking you.
Yeah.
I'm not saying you believe that.
This guy believes it's an alternative way of looking at it. He is a doctor. His name is Peter Duisberg. Peter H. Duisberg. Peter Duisberg. He's 77 years old. And he's from Münster, Deutschland.
No, boy. So he lived around that time the Germans were really smart.
Yeah.
Johnson gives you.
Went to the University of Frankfurt. Works at Berkeley right now. That's interesting.
That's it. Throw him out the window.
Yeah. Berkeley's a real liberal school.
Well,
another liberal school nowadays.
It's a very interesting idea, though.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't fucking know. I'm just saying. You know,
I feel like this petri dish thing should be able to be proven immediately.
But it doesn't. Science doesn't work like that as far as the communities goes. They come up with a result, and then somebody else comes up with a freaking science of saying you're wrong and you're wrong, and that's normal. It's normal that they all kind of clip each other all the time. It's completely normal. Now this guy's got a minority opinion. You know, just because one scientist comes up and says, "Boom, this is it," there's going to be another scientist trying to make his name in the scientific world, saying, "Hey, you're fucking wrong, and you said this is scientific law," and they just do it all the time, man. Hey, look, there's a lot of scientists, a couple hundred years ago that said the world was flat. Yeah.
I'm not discounting
All right,
what he's...
Here we go.
What do you got?
On Reddit, I went to the Explain Like I'm 5 subreddit, and I typed in HIV/AIDS, and here we go. You ready?
Jesus Christ.
HIV is a virus that people can pick up by interacting with blood of someone infected, having unprotected sex with someone infected, or other things like that. AIDS is the condition that you end up with when you have HIV. HIV attacks your immune system, the part of your body which is supposed to defend itself against viruses and germs and such. AIDS is what we call it when someone has an immune system which has been substantially damaged by HIV.
Okay.
Yeah, so AIDS is the condition that takes over your body because of the damage of
It's not even a different
HIV.
virus. It's just when you're kicking the bucket, then it's called AIDS.
Yeah. That's not what they told us when we were kids, though.
Now what Tosevich just said is what I grew up, what I learned.
That's what they told. That's what
I've always learned.
Kind of moved from one another.
That's why someone.
Keep in mind, I haven't been in high school in 20 fucking years.
Yeah. HIV does mutate, though. HIV is, I think, what you're thinking of, where it can, like, just from person to person, you can have different strains of AIDS. Where if you have one type of AIDS and you think that, one type of HIV and you think you have it under control, and then you go sleep with someone else who has HIV, thinking that everything's fine. If they have a different type than you have, you can get double infected.
It's just like human papilloma, like the HPV. There's like hundreds of strains of HPV, and different ones do different things to you.
Right. Some do nothing. Some cause genital warts. Some cause cervical cancer. Some.
Right. So that's a scary thing
hair
that
blue.
nobody fucking talks about that, but that stuff is everywhere, and so many people have it that it's like not even talked about.
You know, I'm looking at this guy Duisberg on Wikipedia, which probably isn't fair because it brings all this political stuff up. But what they call him is an AIDS denialist. And look, the way I understood this, he wasn't denying AIDS. He was denying the way you came into contact with it. But I don't know what the fuck.
It doesn't. It sounds. I gotta be honest, and I mean, you're right. The world was flat a long time ago, and people called the guy crazy. But this sounds crazy.
It could be. Very well could be. I just thought it'd be interesting to bring up, and I figured it'd aggravate.
Look what it did.
That was a fun conversation.
It was. Now I'm gonna go die of AIDS. I'm gonna go get tested tomorrow. You got me so scared.
Yeah.
But no,
See, they
yes,
call it AIDS denialism. What I read wasn't denialism. It wasn't denying it. It was denying. I don't know.
the
whatever.
process. The process.
He denied he had a problem with the other scientists. He rejected some of their findings. It wasn't like AIDS doesn't exist. Just go out and fuck.
Well,
He wasn't saying
no.
that.
What did he think HIV did to you then?
Yeah.
I can't defend the fucking guy. I mean, I'm not that smart.
No,
Not on
what
this
it
issue,
is
anyway.
like you can have
I'm not a biologist, brother.
You can have HIV for like 40 years, and then you can get AIDS and die.
Yeah, but I mean, you do remember they told you you had a shorter lifespan, and then it just started climbing over the years. And I did notice. This is my personal notice.
Well, because easily they developed when it first came out, they didn't know what the fuck to do.
Yeah, but fucking Tommy
Now they
Morrison
have
lived.
it's called an AIDS cocktail now.
Oh, do they?
They have
the Tommy
everything now.
Morrison lived 20 fucking years and never took AZT.
When AIDS first came out, when HIV came out, it was like, holy fuck, you're gonna die like in the next 5 years, probably.
Yeah.
Now, and there's no doubt about it. But
Yeah,
now
you're
they've
done.
got it under. They've figured it out in a way that most of the time, like, you have a good chance of living a good amount of time, if not a long time with it, until you finally. The AIDS takes over. Now you can die. You can get it 6 months later. You can HIV. You have AIDS. It's turned into AIDS, and you're gonna die. Holy fuck!
Yeah.
But then you can live 40 years. The chances are people live with it way longer now, and it's just gonna keep going. Every year they come up with another thing.
It very well could be the case. I think you should end it. I want to end it at this because we probably should. Because I can't defend this fucking guy. I'm not a doctor, and he may be a kook. But I will say this.
Tommy, why do you love AIDS so much?
No, I will say this. This I find slightly interesting. According to Wikipedia, they tried to bring action on his doctorate inside of Berkeley, because he works at Berkeley in California. Berkeley did not prosecute him or kick him out, or he ended their investigation because of lack of evidence, as far as him doing something deliberately or doing something unscientific. And that is a very, very liberal.
That's a dangerous thought to because a guy had a thought. In fact, that's the opposite of liberal.
Yeah.
Because the idea that he had a thought, even a crazy thought, to bring it up for you to investigate. I mean, that's crazy.
Well, they were trying to tie all these deaths in Africa due to him. They were trying to, because that's what they're trying to do. They're saying that his denialism made people deny in Africa, which I know is a problem.
Yeah.
But that's not the way it was explained to me, and that's not what I read. But keep in mind, I mean, this book says it was in '96, and I don't know how that's fucking possible, because I worked in a library in '93, and I read something from this guy, and I thought.
Wait a minute, you worked in a library?
Yeah, when I was in high school.
This is a much more.
What's wrong with that?
I don't know. I just would have thought
How do you think I came upon this shit?
Man, I'll tell you what though. You seem to drift towards the fucking weirdest shit.
Yeah, I am. I'm attracted to the macabre and bizarre.
You attract to the weirdest stuff that probably isn't true, but then you just then you spew it out all over the place.
Well, it is true that this guy said this.
I understand.
It might not be true that his theories might be fucked.
You know what? I could go into a parking lot tomorrow and be like, God's not real, and I hate Jesus. Like, and what I mean? You'd be like,
do that anyway.
Yeah. And you'd be like, is God? No, this guy says God ain't real, and he isn't, and he hates Jesus, and it's because he's not real that he hates him. I'd be like, I don't give a fuck. What are you talking about?
I think that Jesus had AIDS and he wasn't really crucified.
Me too.
They just made it look good because they were like, he was cheating on everybody.
No, it was the intravenous drug use.
I like how we went from baseball to AIDS.
I like how I kept you on this whole time.
Yeah,
your
funny.
baseball team makes me want to get AIDS.
What's wrong with the Cardinals?
This reminds me of on David Cross's albums, his stand-up comedy albums.
Yeah.
He always names all of the tracks like having nothing to do with what his jokes are about.
Yeah.
He just gives them names as if they're hacky comedy bits, like my favorite Bill Cosby impression and shit like that. Even though it's different. And one of his tracks on his albums is called "If Baseballs Had AIDS on Them."
And then the whole thing's about him and his mother, like going to a grocery store. And his mother his racist mother having to deal with the black people in Harlem.
Whoa.
Hey Joe, I have a question for
Holy
you.
fucking Jesus Christ! I got silent.
Undertaker lost, fucko. Move on.
Yeah, what's up, man?
No, I was going to ask, how excited are you for Extreme Rules, if at all, anyway?
I'm
extremely excited.
I am excited because after the Raw I saw, I gotta believe that this will be more interesting. So, in that manner of speaking, I am excited to see what they do and then go live afterwards. But I am worried that it will be a dull pile of shit, and we will be talking about how we want to just go to bed after it. I am a little bit worried about that.
Mm-hmm. A lot of the matches seem predictable. That's the problem.
Right.
Yeah, that's true.
I am worried about the predictability, and maybe part of me wants to feel like something surprising is going to happen because of how predictable it is, which is usually what WWE will do. If you're not, you know what I mean? If you watch the...
Whatever happened to predictability?
The milkman, the paperboy, even TV. Everywhere you look, everywhere there's a heart. All right. The team before Magic Johnson gives you.
You should see the reaction of my girlfriend's up, and she's actually listening to the show right now.
Oh God!
The Magic Johnson gives you AIDS. This bizarre look came over her face. It was terribly funny. Thanks. I got a good laugh.
Hey, did you hear that Magic Johnson might buy the Clippers?
Right, he wants to buy the Clippers.
They set him up.
Yeah.
They set him up.
They set him up. They set him up. So Magic Johnson's buying the Clippers. They sent that black bitch in there to fucking get him to say bad things about black people that he didn't mean. And so Magic Johnson can buy the Clippers and start another talk show.
I just want to say a shout out.
The guy's comments were about Magic Johnson, so
yeah, I mean it's all topical. The guy commented about Magic Johnson, worried about Magic Johnson's big black dick, and his girlfriend, and he's got a small white dick, and he's really scared. Doesn't want his girlfriend.
I'd be uptight about it. I'm pretty sure Magic Johnson's better in bed than me. You
know? Well, not now. I don't know about now.
Yeah, not with
come
HIV.
here, baby. Yeah.
Well, what do you mean? He can still move.
No,
Chris. He's got enough money.
No, according to, he's only got HIV. It's not AIDS, so it's okay.
Because once you get AIDS, you're fucked.
I just want to say what's up to all the little German kids out in Germany tonight. I just want to say, Ich liebe Kinder. I just want to say what's up to the children out there. I think that was I like kids or I love kids.
Yes, it was.
Oh, good.
Tommy, were you always in Germany?
Yeah, I was.
You always was.
Wait, what did he say?
You sound like Michael Jackson.
Oh man. What about babies?
What about babies?
What do you say? What's the word for babies in German?
Hein! Yeah, that's something like that.
Joe, would you ever consider a SmackDown review or not?
Well, Chris Tosevich did a SmackDown review, the SmackDown before the last one, but and he was going to do a SmackDown the week after that, but then he got smacked down by his girlfriend.
Yeah, like you did. Why we didn't have a monetized week? Monetized this last week.
What?
I said, yeah, like why we didn't have a monetized this last
week. What are we talking about?
I don't know, man. It's been a long night for me.
Yeah. Sometimes the women, they just kill you. They smack you down, man. Yeah, we never monetized this. I don't know why. It must have been Chris's fault, too.
Yeah.
No, actually, I was expecting you to play it again.
No, go ahead.
Actually, you were telling us that you were
Okay. Yeah, no, my girlfriend cock-blocked me on Wednesday last week. And then Chris's cock-blocked him. And it's only going to get worse, by the way, for you.
Yeah.
Like
I'll tell you why it's going to get worse, because I'm unemployed now. So
right.
I'm looking much more useless behind this microphone than I did a week ago.
Aren't a lot of people in Germany unemployed?
No,
I think you're thinking of Detroit.
Yeah. Detroit's got like the most raring economy over here.
That's right. No, because most of the European countries aren't doing well, except for like Germany.
Yeah, most of the European countries are living off the backs of the German taxpayer.
Maybe they should start letting their cops carry guns, and they'd make some money.
They can carry guns here. They can't shoot you though.
So when could they shoot you though? Really, I mean,
you really gotta fucking stab them in the throat or something. because they're like so polite and professional over here compared to American cops. It's like unbelievable. I mean, a buddy got pulled over for DUI when I was here, and they're like, "Yes, sir, could you please step outside and do the thing?" And they were nice, and he was like, we were like, "You can be drunk and you can have drinks in the car over here in Germany," and me and my buddy were completely plastered. And my
wait, whoa! You can have drinks in the fucking car with the Autobahn?
Yeah. You can drink as long as you don't pass it to the driver. You can drink the whole fucking way. Where you go.
Oh, okay. Wait a minute. All right. Well, I didn't know. I thought you meant the driver.
No. But like the driver was sober, and me and my buddy Rodriguez were being completely fucking belligerent to the cops and laughing at my friend having to do the 1-2 step, and he was like totally professional the whole fucking time.
Wow.
Yeah, it was unbelievable.
But you know what?
We're like, I think he tripped. Check him again.
I've seen American cops do that, though. You know, I mean, I've seen the problem in America is I feel like they're so different. You don't know what you're gonna get.
It depends on the state.
Yeah, well, it depends on the state, and I think the cop in the state. It really does. I've been pulled over. I've run red lights. I've had cops joke with me. I've had nice cops. I've had other cops who are just being assholes. There's cops who are corrupt. There's cops who will fuck with you. There's cops who don't like you. There's cops who love just having it's all over the place. You don't know what you're going to get.
It depends on the individual.
I ran a fucking red light. Like, I sped through a red light. I looked left and right and was like, nobody's coming. I don't give a fuck. And I went. And it was kind of a dangerous intersection. But I was like, fuck it. I went. Cop pulled me over. He's like, what? Why'd you do that? What happened? You see me sitting there looking at you? And I was like, no, sir, I didn't. I definitely wouldn't have run a red light then. But I looked both ways and saw nobody was coming. And I was like, I know this area and I'm not waiting. And I just went. I don't know. I just couldn't help it. He goes, don't do that again. And I was like, what the fuck? He came back without anything. Not even a warning. I mean, he went in his car for like 8 minutes.
That is a warning.
Well, I guess that is a warning. But I was just like, what the fuck? Unbelievable. And then another time it happened and nothing. And then one time I was actually lost and I went 45 in a school zone and the dude gave me a $200 ticket.
Yeah, the school zone, that shit they take really seriously. So it's like
the weird thing though, it wasn't even like there was no way to know it was a school zone. There was no school zone shit. The school was.
It was midnight on a Saturday in the middle of August.
It was like I was delivering auto parts in a different town, so I didn't know where I was from. And he's like, "Oh, you're from Quincy? Where's that? What's your business out here?" And I'm like, "Oh, well, we were short."
I was thinking about selling drugs to the kids, officer.
Yeah, I should have said that. No, I should have kept saying that, and then they could have searched everything and found nothing.
Where's the school zone end, so I know where to set up shop.
I should have been like, I've got dildos. I'm selling dildos with drugs. I've got cocaine in my seats of the car.
Yeah.
And they ripped the whole car up for no reason. Can you imagine if you said that as a joke? Oh, I got cocaine in the seats. And then you're like, no.
They'd probably nail you on something else.
They'd impound the fucking car.
Yeah.
They bring in the dog. The dog would sniff nothing, and then they just go home is what would happen. But
no, they'd make the dog bark, and then they'd rip all your fucking seats to shreds. That's what they do.
Yeah, they'd pinch the officer would kick the dog in the balls when no one was looking. Like, he's got something! He's got something! And then just start tearing up your seats with a knife.
Hey, Monica Jones, why don't you call in?
New York cops.
Why don't you call in if the chat's
I want
so
to say
dead?
what's up to Teresa?
New York cops the worst.
Teresa, our Canadian female viewer who watches hockey is listening too.
I'll get the fuck out of here.
There's a lot of girls on tonight, including lamb shit.
Yeah, I'm in an open
Where?
Dude, I'm drinking right now. It's getting really.
Critic. I need some lamb shit.
I need some lamb shit too. I'm pretty sure he's got his thumb in his mouth and he's in his bed right now and he's listening to this. He's falling asleep and his headphones are on the side of the bed and his cell phone.
Coming out on the pillow.
He's 17, right, or something like that.
I hope he might be 16.
He's 16.
Oh, shit.
Johnson gives you.
He doesn't like Obama.
I voted for Obama.
He's probably been sleeping for like 5 hours already.
I voted for Obama in my mind.
I voted for him the first time.
I did. I did vote for him the first time, and you know what? I didn't care what happened. I was like, I don't give a fuck. Fuck them. For the last 8 years, they did this shit. Fuck this. I'm going to vote for him. I don't give a fuck if he fucking sets this place. It's already been set on fire, so I hope he takes a shit on it now.
Congratulations, you won.
Good. Good.
First time I voted.
It was the first time you voted.
And then the second time, I didn't even vote.
I didn't vote the second
that's
time.
That's why he won by a hair's ass, because like a lot of you guys didn't show up. They said like the youth didn't show up the second time around.
Yeah.
That's why it was a lot closer the second time around.
Because I'm telling you, I'm telling you.
Your demographic.
Once they
furious.
voted for Bush, when they put out Bush versus fucking Kerry, and then when Bush won, I said, fuck this country, fuck these people. I don't give a fuck anymore. I'm out. Fuck it.
Kerry's like a lousy candidate. You're kind of seeing how dopey he is. I mean, God, Jesus.
Compared to Bush?
I'll bring him up.
Yes. Did you see what he said the
I'd
other
say they're
day
both
about
pretty dope.
Israel? What kind of
They're
fucking
both
moron
pretty
says
dopey.
that? What's that?
No, you're right.
You know something though?
This is not the first
bring it
time.
up.
What about the thing he said when I was in Iraq? Be smart. Don't go to Iraq. Don't be stupid. Stay in school. Thanks, asshole. You know?
Yeah, but you know something though? At least
That's
Kerry.
pretty stupid.
The way I feel though is Kerry might be a moron, but at least he's I don't know, he's just like a nicer moron. How can I explain it? Like Bush is more of an aggressive moron.
He's
you
more
know?
on
He's
your speed.
aggressively stupid.
Yeah.
Kerry's passively stupid.
That's what I mean. Like Kerry thinks he's like Kerry's like I love humanity and I want to help everybody, but where the fuck are my car keys? You know,
No, but you know what the craziest thing was when it was Gore versus Bush, and then they like recounted it in Florida. They said Gore won.
Well, that started
and then
the
they
whole
were
thing.
Like, oh, we have to recount.
That
No, they
election
said Bush
was
won,
garbage.
And they had to recount by Florida state law. Get it right, buddy.
Yeah,
I'm not going to say he
What?
stole the election, but that election was not clear cut at all.
Oh, no, it was.
wasn't.
If you understand the law, it was.
you remember
I
when
can
No,
see
it-
very
it-
simple.
remember
it's
when
not.
they
You know
wouldn't let
why?
all the black people
Bush's
vote?
brother.
Oh, God.
Bush's
That was
brother's the
fucking
governor
confusing.
there.
If you want, I'll educate you all on the whole situation. If not, you can go on and believe.
What are you gonna go pull out some more articles from the German scientist?
No,
I think
but
he
this
just
is
likes
something I'm
conspiracy
confident
theories.
about, not biology and AIDS and stuff. I don't know anything about that. I just thought it'd be interesting.
Wasn't there a shitload of ballots that didn't get counted because they weren't fucking properly pressed in all the way or
Yes,
something like that?
actually there was, and that was the overseas military ones, and that Gore didn't want them counted. So you have it backwards. Here's the Florida state rule. Here's the Florida state law. What happens is if there's a close election, I think it's within I think the votes were between like 200 and 300, right?
Because we all know that
automatically
Florida
have a
is so
recount. You don't have
good
to
at
let me
everything.
talk. That's fine. But if you want to learn something, I'll teach you. You automatically have, by state law, you automatically have a recount, and they did that. And when the recount happened, it lost. So what happened is Bush Gore sued to get another recount, which he was not entitled to under the law. Then what Bush did is he countersued, saying, "Hey, we did the recount." And then it started getting held up in court. And after a while, they started the second recount, which, by the way, Bush won again. They were going for a third recount, and it looked like they were just trying to stall till after January 4th, which if you don't turn your electoral votes in on time, then Gore would have won the election.
I will give it to
he got
Gore.
the recount that he was entitled to by Florida rule, and he kept suing for another one.
Well,
Every single one, including the one the media got the hold of. They actually, some media company bought the ballots. Every single one, Bush won. Every single one.
I will
I'll
tell
give you that,
Yeah,
but
who
to
trusts
be fair,
who trusts
do you know
the
why?
media companies here?
No, but do you know why so many Democrats are under the false impression that election was stolen in general, or why there was
Because
shady
they're
shit going
conspiracy
on?
theory kooks. That's not my problem.
That's half of
No.
it. The other half of it is legitimate, where Republicans are the only party that actively tries to prevent people from voting, and you can't deny that.
But what's that got to do
That's
with
true.
2000?
Well,
And
make it-
I don't
do
know
you
that.
know how many? Do you know how many African American people did not get to vote in that election who wanted to
Well,
vote?
here's what I did hear. I heard two Democratic representatives saying they were chased out of a balloting place by strange white men in black suits. I did hear that at that time, but I didn't fucking believe it.
No, that sounds.
And I never
that's
bought any of that shit.
that.
because they
that I
forced
never
it.
heard that.
Yes,
I just
I think I could find her name. I remember
I'm
hearing that.
and I could find multiple senators and Congress people who were African American who were protesting this whole thing.
Yeah,
So
I
are
know.
those
They're
people
protesting.
crazy?
I remember specifically there was a representative
Now-
from Florida that said she was chased by white men in suits. I mean, it was completely fucking
I'm talking
insane.
about that. I'm talking about that bullshit. I'm talking about like voter ID cards and turning people away. at
No,
the
I don't believe
polls.
her.
No,
yeah.
that's up to the state. That is up to the state.
It's-
It's totally legitimate to ask somebody for their ID.
Now what
Totally.
the
That's right,
racist
but they're making it more and more difficult just to go and vote if you're poor.
that's the problem. And you know what? I hate
Can't come up
listening to
with
these
an
people
idea.
whine
I'm
about
poor
it
as
too.
Dirt. I have fucking 20 IDs.
I'm sick of listening to these people whine about it too. Can I tell you that? I'm sick of people going, I couldn't vote and just let everybody fucking vote. Just let them all vote so there's no excuses, so there's no anything. Just let them all vote. And Al Gore came out right away and conceded and said he wins. You know what I mean?
The reason
Now, I
it's not going
understand.
ways is because poor people vote Democratic, and Democrats don't give a shit. If everyone votes, well, good. They'll get all the poor people to vote. If Republicans can prevent poor people from voting, or people, maybe even fucking homeless people. If you're homeless,
how does getting an ID keep a poor person from voting? Most poor people I know, I mean, the ones that work, you work 2 and 3 jobs. They have to have an ID of some sort.
We're
so
talking
what
about.
the fuck are they talking about?
We're talking.
When I lived in Massachusetts, which is a fucking state, by the way, when I lived in Massachusetts, when I had to get my ID when I was between homes, I had to have a letter sent to me with my actual address on it for proof of address, or I could not even get a state identification. So if you are homeless,
I guess you
you
have a
can't get a
driver's
fucking
And listen, these are some of these people.
So that is
are,
a different
are,
issue, I guess. All right, I've never been
I'm
that
telling
far,
you.
I guess.
Listen, I'm telling you. I don't give a fuck either way. Let these people vote. I don't want the liberals to win just because you know what I mean. A lot of these people are uneducated and they don't know how to do a lot of things.
I got a
but
terrible surprise for you. They're not going to vote either way, Joe. Because only
No,
like
but
10%
I
of
have
the
a
population
question.
elects
these
the president.
people, well, they are now because you know why they're voting. They want to vote now. Is now they're mad. Ever since that shit happened in 2000, these people they went out to vote for this election, and then all that shit got stirred up. Now these people fucking want to vote. Now it's even worse. Republicans actually made it worse.
Are you kidding me? They're expected to fucking kill next November by all polls. What are you talking about?
What? Who?
The Republicans are expected to take the House and the Senate next November.
Oh, I bet you
now.
I bet you they will. I bet you they will. Yeah. Because there's nowhere to go now for that. But the thing is that the Republicans could have won, but the problem is they look like fucking assholes and they don't know what the fuck they're talking about with the major issues the Democrats want to talk about. The Republicans don't want to talk about it because they don't know what the fuck they're talking about.
What are you talking about?
I'm talking about.
I can kind of decipher that a little bit. I'll give you this much.
Okay.
Democrats are definitely idiots for the most part. I'll give you that 100%. But they're not shady. They're pretty transparent with how stupid
Depends
they
on where
are.
you're from, Tazovich. If you're from the Midwest, you think you see your type of shady. For somebody like in the Midwest, they look at it like Boston shady, and you're like, oh, I'm okay with that because I can kind of connect with that. It's cultural. So a Republican may see that they're both fucking shady. They're both creeps. You know, so I mean, it just depends on what culture. It just what's your acceptable level of shady and how. You know, there's not one's not shadier than the other.
I don't know. I feel like Republicans they're not shadier, but they're more powerful than Democrats.
They're the minority in that they up until 2010, the Democrats had a filibuster-proof majority.
They are
a
minority. Look, listen, I agree with you. They are a minority, but they've been pushing
a majority.
Obama
They had a
around,
filibuster-proof majority. They have the House and the Senate. How are they powerless?
They're not powerless. Here's the deal. If you don't understand what's going on, Obama wants to do a bunch of shit, and he's not getting it done.
Can't do it.
He can't do it because they
Welcome
don't. Right.
to a representative republic, my friends.
Right.
Obama just doesn't get to do.
No. I'm not. I don't think he should get to do anything. I agree with you. Yeah. Listen, and here's the thing. Even if I agree with some of the things Obama wants to do, if it gets voted down, get the fuck out of here. I'm sorry. I want it to happen. Obama wants it to happen. But if the people or the we've elected here say no, and that vote says no, you can't just push shit through. So I disagree with Obama there. Unfortunately, even if it's a good idea or in good faith, even if the plan is fucked, even if the idea is good but the execution is going to be fucked and then it gets voted down, but he wants to push it through anyway. You cannot just push things through anyway unless you're George Bush, and then no one talks about it. But Obama, we talk about it.
Wait, George Bush had a fucking majority in both houses.
Listen, I want to just tell you. Liberals are pissing me off more than they ever have recently. But Republicans have always pissed me off. And here's the thing, you fucking idiots. Every single one of these fucking Republicans that I listen to, I get angry about this because he signed the fucking Patriot Act. He signed the fucking Patriot Act. You let George Bush sign the Patriot Act. Nobody read the fucking thing. And it means they can come for you whenever the fuck they want. So all you fucking Republicans who are like, Obama's spying on us, guess who signed the fucking papers? You did. You fucking idiots! Oh my God, they blew up our buildings. Let's panic. Oh God, take away my freedom. Take away my freedom. I'll sign on the dotted line. Patriot Act. Go Google it. Go attempt to read it. And go see what it says. It means fuck you and your rights. We've taken them. So it's already over. Goodbye. Good riddance. I don't give a fuck. Enjoy the show. Sit back and enjoy the show. That's how I feel about America. Enjoy the show. And that's why I voted for Obama. Fuck them. And when Obama took over, and when Obama took over, gas prices hit the fucking highest they ever hit before, and this country was in a fire that you'd never seen in your life. And this was when he took over. And then Republicans like to be like, look at what was going on. Yeah, look at what was going on from Mr. fucking Meathead, who's fucking set everything on fire than he's ever been given in his whole entire life. Here, son, have this. Oh, set it on fire. Here, son, have this. Oh, set it on fire. Now, I actually believe that George Bush actually means well, and he's not this evil psycho that everyone... He's just a dumbass. And it's not his fault.
6 years ago, the guy's gone. I mean,
I know, really. And now
he's a bad president. I didn't even admit that. He was a terrible president.
But now
the Patriot Act is still in effect, so...
Well, first of all,
the Patriot Act is still here, guys. But what pisses me off is this is stuff that I knew about and that I talked about in high school. That I said, how can we let this happen? How are we letting this happen? How are we letting this happen? And it's like... How can I understand how this shouldn't happen being in high school, but we're allowing this to happen?
It's like net neutrality fucking taking a nosedive right now. One of the biggest problems is that people don't listen to their fucking constituents. They just do whatever pays them off tells them to do.
And let me tell you something. Let me tell you something. Here's why I vote more Democratic than I vote Republican. Here's the first reason. This is the example I'm going to give you.
You're from the bluest state in the planet?
No, it's not even that.
They don't listen to their constituents either, to be fair. No one listens to their fucking constituents. Democrat, Republican, whatever. They listen to the lobbyists and the corporations.
They're all fucking idiots. And here's the thing. Here's my comparison. George Bush had the Patriot Act. Obama has Obamacare.
Yeah.
But which one's fucking worse? Someone fucking up healthcare and not being able to figure out, you know what I mean, how to try to help you get free healthcare. He fucked it up, so the numbers are all fucked up, and people are going to lose money and shit. And it's just a little fucked up. He's kind of fucked up the system. Or is it worse that people can just come for you and abduct you? I mean, I'm just saying, I understand both things are fucked up. Both things are fucked up. But that's why sometimes I side with the liberal a little more. Because while it's idiotic in most cases, and unrealistic and idiotic, and there's a trickle-down effect with a lot of it, it's still a little bit better than fucking the Patriot Act.
Yes, I think I agree with that.
The Patriot Act was bipartisanly passed, right, Tazovich?
Yeah, because they pissed their pants.
Yeah, everybody pissed their pants.
And also,
and a lot of it's been annulled since by the Supreme Court. I don't know if you know, the Patriot Act's not one single law. It's a group of laws, and some of those laws have been found unconstitutional. So even before Obama came into office.
Oh yeah, I mean, and they're not done.
That's another thing. That's another thing. George Bush pretty much pushed Patriot Act through. Yes, it was bipartisan, but at the same time, I mean, it was his neck on the line for it. So that has been parts of that were found unconstitutional. I don't see Obamacare being found unconstitutional as much as
it's just that's what I mean. It's just idiotic. It's the execution is idiotic. The idea is
the economics aren't there.
The economics, right?
It was rushed. It was rushed, and it was fought tooth and nail even to get it through. If it was perfect,
I have gotten on my knees and prayed to the sky that Obama will call Mitt Romney and be like, "Come figure this out," because Mitt Romney can do it. Mitt Romney knows what to do. Mitt Romney
Mass Health was a godsend in Massachusetts.
Your state is incredible debt. It is an incredible debt. It has high unemployment, and everybody's fucking broke. Everything's so expensive over there. What did Mitt Romney do?
Well,
that's one of the reasons he lost to Obama. Okay. Because you could elect Obamacare or Romney Care. What's the fucking difference? They based Obamacare on Romney Care.
Put it this way. All I can tell you is my experience. I'm listening to people's horror stories in the West Coast and the Midwest. Yeah. I'm listening to their fucking healthcare horror stories. And all I can tell you is right now, guess what? I'm on Mass Health. I don't pay a fucking dime for healthcare for me.
Yeah, but see, that's not the point, Joe.
I know. The point
is what happens when it runs out of money?
Right. I know what you're saying. It's all pretend, like, oh, the magical person came and gave us free healthcare. And I agree with you, because here's what's fucked up. I get health care now for another year, but I'm working and I do make enough where I could pay something in, but I'm not paying anything in.
Doesn't your business give you health care?
They do. but I still have
Yeah,
another.
so why don't you drop Mass Health? Theirs probably better than
Because
Mass Health.
if I take my work's health care, it's $400 a month.
Oh fuck.
But with Mass Health, it's free. But here's the thing. I feel in my heart.
I'm sure that's not running a deficit over there.
But it's right. So I'm taking free health care for the next year and a half. I feel like I should be paying in like what? What would you think would be fair? I think $130, $150.
Be nice.
I think I should be paying that in. You know what I'm saying? So that's what's fucked up. Every single person who's like me, tens of thousands of people in Massachusetts are getting free health care when they actually really could afford. Listen, sorry, you can't buy the $500 cell phone this month, but for $130 a month, when it's supposed to be $500 or more a month for a family plan, you know.
And that's what this stuff never takes into consideration.
Right. So I'm saying I do agree with you in that aspect. So let's pretend it's 280,000 people.
But the Republicans are just too shady for you. That's it.
I didn't say they were shady. I didn't say that.
I know. I think they're shady.
Tosevich said they're shady.
First of all, I'm
They are shady.
Anyway, I mean,
no, they are shady. They that's why. Listen, I think the Democrats and the liberals are fucked up too, and I think they're both fucked up, and I really do. I just tend to press harder on the Republicans because I think they're the even in many cases they're dumber.
I suppose I could say the same thing.
But there's a few points. But there's a few points in the Republican side that are way stronger than the Democrat side. But the majority of what they say just irks me. But I understand your Republican stuff. Who's the girl we have in Massachusetts here who they were like, "Are you going to run for president?" She said no, but she would drive. She'd make you eat your own shit. Susan Warren, right? Is it Warren?
Yeah. They're saying that she was a potential candidate.
She's kind of a hippie type of.
Yeah, she's the far left's in love with her right now.
I remember I was listening to her and I was like, Tommy will fucking probably shove a bottle up his ass.
I know who she is. I read all this shit every day. I'm a glutton for news. I read this stuff every day. Elizabeth Warren, yeah, she's the one that said she was fucking like 2% Indian or some shit like that.
Oh
right?
yeah, and then she said no, that's not true. But
no,
then...
that's not true. Well, how do you know she's not 2%? That's what somebody wrote me. How do you know she's not 2.5% Indian? Does it really fucking matter? I want to know if she checked the thing that gives you all sorts of benefits if you're American Indian. That's what I want to know. That's what German looking ass.
Well, that's what they were saying. Yeah, that she did check
that's what I wanted to know.
They're saying that's what she did. That's why they were really fucking worried about it.
It's like these guys that open up these fucking casinos. It's like Chief runs with spaghetti. As
yeah,
Billy Leonetti, Chief's run with spaghetti, and I had a racial awakening, and I opened this casino up in upstate New York. What the fuck you looking at?
Yeah, someone raped my great grandmother there. So
isn't that the story though of it? Like the Republicans are always kind of like the real fucking dark, nasty, evil villain.
Yeah, but I could say that. That's the way I see the other guy.
But the liberal person is just the real fuck. You know what I mean? Like they were always trying to pass something off as some kind of like movement or part of a minority, or I had this disability, or it's all a big cry fest into some kind of money.
Sure.
Where the Republican does it the old-fashioned like money laundering scumbag way, but the liberal does it in some kind of fucked up way. Like, hey, hey everybody, I'm saving puppies. Donate to me. I'm saving puppies. But then you keep all the money and go buy a whore. But the Republican guy will just fucking tell you. But the Republican would be like, you'd come to the guy's door and he'd have like $1 million, and you'd be like, "Listen, sir, for $5 you could save my mother's life," and he'd be like, "Get the fuck off my lawn." You know what I mean? So like that. It's
always that simple.
That's how I break it down. But they're both fucked up, just in different ways. Fucked up. So pick your fucked up out of a box and vote for it. And so that Obama thing was real fun. It was fun that first night when he got elected. I was really like almost crying, like, wow, the black guy. I'm so happy. And now if you go back and watch it, you'll throw up on yourself.
Yeah, I know. Because I got to be honest with you. Of course, I wouldn't vote for Obama, and but I like when he was nominated. I try to put all that aside. He's a fellow American, and he's going to be my commander in chief. And I sat with a black family and we watched the nomination. I could see how pumped up they were. And I got to be honest, I was like really warmed up by it too. It's like, oh, this is really nice. I know I'm not going to, I'm not agreeing with this guy. But now I loathe him, and I would throw it myself if I saw that, because at least it was almost like a Jimmy Carter situation. Like, I don't hate Jimmy Carter, I just disagree with what he does. But
wait a minute. You disagree with what Jimmy Carter does?
Yeah, Jimmy Carter.
Doesn't he do a bunch of
president in the fucking 20th century?
Jimmy Carter, doesn't he do a bunch of fucking volunteer work right now and building houses for people who don't have homes?
Did you see? I seem to remember my parents telling me sweating in a fucking car in a gas line while he was fucking the whole country now. He's also, I mean, he's anti-Jew, pro-Cuba, real wonderful guy.
He's pro-Cuba. What does that mean?
Yeah, he is pro-Cuba. He went over. He actually during the Iraq War, he held hands with who's the guy who just died over in South Africa, Nelson Mandela.
Okay.
In Cuba, and protested the Iraq War on Cuban soil. An ex-president. So he's my fucking hero.
Well, what is pro-Cuba? What does that mean? Like, to explain that?
I mean, it's a communist country. I mean, Jesus, you didn't know that?
I think he's pro-humans. Because based off what I've heard in his interviews,
I think it's pretty fucking disgusting to go to a country where you can't speak. You can't even do the things that he's allowed to do over there just because he's the ex-president of the United States, and then criticize the current president. You come to our country and do that.
I think
and don't try to sit there and make a fucking dictatorship where people are routinely snatched out of their homes and hint that it might be better.
I think he is blinded by good faith and goodness.
Oh, bullshit! He hates Jews. He absolutely hates Jews.
Really? You think he hates Jews though?
Oh, I know.
Well, that takes it away. Then.
Everything that happens in Palestine is the Jews' fault. Jews.
Well, that's
big fucking hillbilly.
That's. I mean, that's crazy. I mean, he's building homes for like homeless people, and he's always talking.
Fucking George Bush and Bill Clinton did that. It's all during the Bush administration.
But that's all he does now.
Big fucking deal.
That's all he does.
Deal. Gangsters donate to Catholic Church. Hey, put a little in the bucket. Well, when I used to go to Irish American parades when I was a kid, the IRA would collect money there and tell you it was for orphans in Northern Ireland. Big fucking deal.
I don't know. If he hates Jews, it nullifies the whole thing for me. I didn't know that.
Let's get Jimmy Carter to call in, and then we'll go from there.
Yeah, Jimmy, go ahead and call up, or maybe you'll be like Mitt Romney and when an injured
only guy that might be a bigger.
Maybe when an injured war vet asks you, for some explanation about your policies, you'll turn him down because he's an injured Army veteran, like Mitt Romney.
Oh, that was ridiculous.
Why am I still laughing at it 2 hours?
After I saw that interview with Mitt Romney, that's when I decided not voting for that fuck.
Was that with the homosexual injured veteran?
I think it may have been. I just remember he was like, whatever to him, basically.
He rolled up in his wheelchair and he asked him about. He kind of set him up.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he was asking him how he felt about gay marriage and let him talk about gay marriage, and then he revealed, "Oh, well, I'm gay, so does that mean that you feel that same way about me?"
Once he found out that he got set up, Mitt was like done with it. He was like, "I'm done with it."
He just turned around and just walked away.
Yeah, what the fuck do you do with that? I mean, in fairness to the guy.
Here's the thing. Here's the thing.
To this fucking day, I don't understand why the Republicans allow the news networks to set up their debates. It's just
I know. Get Fox in here to fucking make up some shit, like they do for everything else. Where's Fox where they can make some shit up?
Fox. You have Candy Crowley, CNN, interrupting a debate. They do these. The Republicans murder themselves all through the nomination stages by having like 5 of them at once debating each other with people that don't have their best interests, riding up in wheelchairs, setting them up with gay soldiers. Why don't they just do their own?
You know
fucking
something?
Thing and
because
invite the company or the news media to cover it.
No, listen though. You can speak to somebody as a human. And listen, I'm not saying Obama wouldn't do this either, because he would, probably. He just didn't get the video. I didn't see the video clip, unfortunately.
Set him up.
There's one major similarity between becoming world champion in wrestling and being president of the United States. You have to cut a good promo, and you have to be good at improv conversations. If someone comes at you with something, you can't sit there and be like, forget it. I plead the fifth. I'm out of here. Like you gotta say something. You gotta say something. You can't just walk away.
Yeah, especially when someone says, "This is my life. Like this is what could happen to me," and then for them to just say, I'm not talking about that now.
Oh, it's gonna make me look bad. I don't care about you if it makes me look bad. That's
I want to vote for him.
I'm not defending Romney. Like he should have said. I mean, if he had any balls, he would have looked at the guy and said, "Sorry, look, son, I really appreciate you done for country, but I'm not. My religious beliefs prevent me from believing in gay marriage. But I love you." Yeah.
Sure, yeah.
But he didn't do that, did he? Because he sucks.
Well, yeah, that's why he lost. But that's one reason.
Yeah,
but,
it is because he's a big fucking fat phony.
But you know something else? He would. The thing about Romney that's great is he will get shit done. If he fucking wanted to get something done, he'll fucking get it done.
It would have been a good president.
And I'm dead serious. He would have gotten shit done because he knows what the fuck to do with business and econ.
He would have really helped with the economy.
Think about that.
I know.
Yeah, I know.
He can get it done. He would have gotten it done. Now I did watch the Romney documentary, which of course is biased to Romney, but it made me think, wow, maybe he really isn't a dickhead. Like this, at least the documentary did a really good job making me feel good for him. You know what I mean? I felt really like, oh, damn, like I actually...
I have no doubt in my mind that Romney's not a dickhead. I just thought that, like, he thinks he has to be some kind of weird, like, superhuman when he campaigned. And he never really showed, like, his human side because I think there's a part of him that think, I can't show who I really am because everybody's going to think I'm a douche.
Well,
but in trying to do that, he looked like a douche. That's the impression I
And
was
he
getting.
really alienated himself to the poor people.
Yeah, he
really looked terrible.
He needed to fucking be humanistic. He needed to show his human side because when I saw that documentary,
really connect with him.
Holy shit!
And he still almost beat Obama.
I thought he got tooled at the end, didn't he?
No. Ohio was a deciding thing.
No,
He didn't win Ohio. He needed fucking Ohio, and it didn't go through. And that's pretty much what it came down to. Everything else, every other state was pretty predictable. Ohio pretty much decided the last 2 elections. 3, actually.
Yeah. It always comes down to like 2 or 3 states that are like...
In recent years, when I was a kid, the thing was wrapped up by fucking 7 o'clock. Ronald Reagan, you're president. Click.
Yeah, now you're up till like midnight, 2 a.m.
It's like 2 weeks later.
Yeah, the next morning. Did it really happen? Don't get me started on Ronald Reagan. I will fucking go on a crazy fight. I will fucking...
Good. He's the greatest president of the fucking last 50
he gave
years.
the country to the banks. He gave the
like
fucking
that?
country to the banks.
Yes, sure. Yeah, it was so horrible in the 80s. Everybody had money.
Yeah,
under 5%.
we did have money.
Under 5% unemployment. Yeah, you believe it.
Did you ever watch a mobster movie when they fucking rob the fuck out of something or they hit their biggest hit and they're all rolling in the money, but then at the end everyone gets fucking shot up?
What do you mean? The economy didn't go south until Bush Sr. took it over, and he raised taxes. What are you talking about? The economy was strong.
I'm not talking about the fucking... I'm not talking about the economy. I'm talking about giving the country to the banks. I'm not talking about the economy yet.
The country to the banks. What does that mean?
Just look it up. Look up.
Yeah,
look up what Reagan did. I've moved on from this years ago because I couldn't take it anymore. I want to rip my head out. What Reagan did and who was actually in control of Reagan, because Reagan was not in control of Reagan.
Yeah,
somebody else had Reagan in his pocket, and I'm not talking
Alex
about
Jones.
And I'm not talking about fucking Michael Moore either, that fucking fake documentary guy.
Yeah,
I'm talking about people had Reagan. Reagan was the talking piece for the banks, and go look it up.
Okay. I think we should end it.
Everything before we kill each other. Man.
I don't give a shit. You can say whatever you want.
But the thing is, it's gotten worse and worse over time. The banks and everything has just gone up and up. They've kept more money from you. We've had to pay more. It's going in the complete opposite direction. It's going further and further away from, the rich get richer constantly, and it's called capitalism, but it's not really capitalism. It's kind of like hidden thievery is what it is, and it's not just it is capitalism, but it's the scales are tipped not in your favor, folks, and unless you want to become an actor or a sports athlete, or get really lucky, you're in trouble. There's you're not in the game. Put it that way. Just look it up, man. Just take a look. And we're all battling with each other over all this stupid shit over more. Everyone who gets elected to be president is a fucking idiot. So look at they've done it. They've done the job. All these rich people are just laughing. While we fucking argue about electing Bush or Obama. What the fuck is going on? That's how you know they've won. We're talking about it right now. We should be talking about the banks. That's what we should be talking. We should be talking about the banks, not the fucking...
The banks.
They took a hit recently, actually, a little while ago, remember? And they put them all under fire for a second, but then it kind of went away. Well, the whole thing started with Reagan.
Yeah, so. You know what? You leave on this note. Here's the thing about the whole, the economy falling apart. It was in 2007. They were following the law. The banks were, because the laws were stupid.
Yes.
So yes,
and who made?
That's why I know. I always see these libs, and they're always
Who made the laws?
Well, the financial crime. Not one person, not one banker's gone to jail, which is not exactly true. Not one guy's gone to jail. Here's why: they were following the law. They had to give these loans out by law. It wasn't the banks. It was the law that forced them.
Who wrote the law? Who made the law? Who changed
the law? The government made the law, and it was based on what was it?
This law was not. It's not the law of the 1950s.
No, I mean this started under Carter and it was enforced under Clinton. It was called the Community Reinvestment Act.
No, that's not what. No, look. No.
Yeah, it is, and that created a financial housing bubble, and it finally burst under Bush, and then everything else fell after that. It was called the Community Reinvestment, so we can give loans to poor people that can never possibly pay them back. So what the banks would do is they would take the fucking shitty loans that they give the poor people that they had to.
That's another.
The government.
Now, this is something else.
Take them out of the pool.
This is not what I'm talking about. But this is another problem.
Yeah.
This is another problem. Oh, hey, Billy, I've got $5. Well, these apples are $50. You're going to need $50 to buy these apples. Oh, well, can I just pay you back later? Okay, but then he never pays them back. And then it just keeps going on like that for years and years. Now, is everybody okay, or does eventually someone get their tongue chopped out?
Yeah, well, that's what happened in 07. And I can't wait till Obamacare to do the same fucking thing.
Well, but you're right. I'm right there with you. This is the other side of the spectrum. Yeah. The bank thing that I was explaining was something different, which I don't fucking know enough about to get into.
Look, we have laws for criminal bankers, but they have to actually break the fucking law to put them in jail.
They have to They actually get taken to court. And I think they can break the law quite a bit. They have to get taken to court.
Yeah, sure, you got to take them to court.
That's the thing. That's the thing that never happens.
Well, you got another thing is like no one's gonna invest.
We can catch all the black guys smoking crack, but we can't fucking catch the white guys.
And Tupac's killer's still alive.
Well, that's all I got to say. We can catch all the black drug criminals, but the white criminals running away with our millions of dollars, that's not a problem really.
Well, we found a guy that was worried about Magic Johnson boning his girlfriend. We figured that one out.
Right. But if you fucking say something out loud,
no, she can bone him all she wants. She just can't put it on Instagram.
Now, how fucked up?
Instagram?
Here's what I want to know, though.
Oh no, don't put it on Batistagram.
Batistagram's even worse.
Wait a minute. Now, is the black community extra angry now too that this guy is fucking a black girl? What if he starts fucking up straight black girls? Like just
the black community doesn't give a crap if he's fucking a black girl. You know why? Because he figures like, look, he's only doing it for money, and most black chicks don't dig white guys.
I think the Instagram community is the most depressed in this whole issue.
Holy shit. I want to thank everybody for being with us tonight with whatever. We just went into a fucking world we never expected to.
Yeah.
I could go another hour, I gotta tell you.
Really?
I'm dead serious.
I love it. I had a good time.
You want to keep going? What do you want to do?
No, I can't do it. 2 hours is enough. I think if we go another hour, it'd be good for another 5 minutes, and then we're gonna be like lost. So we should end it at 2 hours. Good.
See, what I'm thinking is I'd go get another whole bottle of vodka. I'm fucking dead serious. I will pour another glass and go round two. I'll go into monetize that after this.
Yeah. Well, here's what I think we should do. I think we should quit while we're on time, and then come back next week even stronger than ever.
All right, next Wednesday we will not be so angry and serious.
Speak for yourself.
Yeah, motherfucker.
The funniest.
Hey, thanks, man, for calling, by the way. We kept this guy on the whole show.
Yes.
It was good stuff. All right, man.
I just want to say something quick.
Yeah.
About the Sterling thing. Did you know that, like, when it happened and stuff, and then they were, like, trying to get something from the girl, and what she said was that she didn't release the tape, that somebody else did.
I'm sure she said that, genius.
Yeah, her mother did
that because she might be liable if she did release it.
Yeah, she wouldn't be able to get that money.
Tommy, you pussy, somebody wrote.
Well, I think like he would be done with her anyway. So for her.
Hey, Black Mamba, I'm the only guy here that doesn't have problems with my better half. Yeah, so I gotta go, douche. Black Mamba.
Oh man.
Weren't you asking me how to find chicks, Black Mamba? Weren't you asking me?
Don't worry,
Call
he
Shot
spelled-
from the Point.
he
Username
spelled
Shot
it
from the
wrong
Point. Sunday
anyway.
nights at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard. Shot from the Point, the most badass hockey podcast in all the known land. Fuck you.
Oh, you watch hockey. The Rangers won again.
No, did
Yeah.
they? I had no idea.
Wow, what kind of hockey fan are you?
I'm a lousy one.
Every time you're sarcastic with him or whatever, he doesn't. He believes it. I think.
I know.
Unless you're being double sarcastic, and then I'm just fucking confused. All right, guys, that's Tommy C from A Shot from the Point. Go check him out on YouTube. And my name is Joe Cronin. This is youtube.com/Joe Cronin Show. And Chris Tosevich, my co-host, is here as well, and all of you. And click the like button now and stick the thumb up our asses. This is Monetize This, a new show that we do every so often. I want to say Wednesday, early morning, midnight on Tuesday, whatever fucking time you call that. I don't know. Once it turns midnight and becomes Wednesday morning, technically, Monetize This will go
Thursday
live.
morning.
Thursday morning. Wait, is it Thursday? Holy fuck, it's Thursday morning. Oh my god. The fucking time. I'm going to be up another couple hours drinking, just so you know. If anybody wants to, if any girls out there want to send me some texts
Tits.
of their breasts.
Yes.
All right. Goodbye.